did I see? What did I defend you singing? What did I defend you swinging? That funny old tune will drive me to ruin. It came along and made me a slave. Now I'm craving things that I should crave. It came along and made me a slave. Now I'm craving things that I should crave.
everyone, and welcome to the first edition of Madness Monday. I hope you're all doing well. So, what is Madness Monday, you might ask? Madness Monday is a show where I'm just going to be looking at all sorts of crazy shit. For instance, we have Call for an Uprising, thinking that Lil Nas X being pregnant is a sign of the end times, even though it's an advertising thing. Jilly Juice is back. We have Alex Chu, who's going to teach us all the ways that he can make us immortal via his immortality rings. We have people who drink their own urine. Sylvester Stallone's mom being psychic. Hans Wormhat. Lucas Werner. Sovereign Citizens. And I know what you're saying. This just sounds like Tinfoil Tuesday with extra steps. Yeah? So welcome to Madness Monday. How you doing? Let's see what we have. Cidosaurus with 170 bits says, so tired from moving things, I had no idea I had so many books until I boxed them all up. At least 10 full boxes of nothing but books. Hell to take up the stairs. Glad you're streaming. Hope your day is more fun than mine. It's going alright. Tucker White says, another day closer to the inevitable climate disaster we're doing fuck all to mitigate. Anyway, have some Bezos bucks, thank you. Cidosaurus says, I know accidentally used the wrong your, apparently I wasn't paying attention. How dare you. Cidosaurus, thanks for gifting a sub. Speaking of which, remember, it is Subtember, so all subs are 20% off, I believe? 20% off. It's the month of shameless self-promotion, so buy subs. Tucker White says, how is Madness Monday any different than Tinfoil Tuesday? First of all, shut up. Second of all, they have different names. They're on a different day of the week. Okay, for real though, in my head, the reason it's different is because Tinfoil Tuesday is specifically conspiracy theories. This can include crazy shit that isn't necessarily conspiracy theories, and in fairness, I've been a little more lax on that on Tinfoil Tuesday previously, where just any crazy shit would go on there. But now, Tinfoil Tuesday will exclusively be conspiracy theories and conspiracy theorists, and then today will be stuff that's kind of skirting the line, or conspiracies, because it falls into mad stuff. I'm not saying every Monday, I'm gonna do this, but I didn't feel like doing Shud Watch today. So, do I have lipstick on? I do. I got foundation all over my lips, so I had to cover it up with lipstick. Did the music stop? Did I turn the music off? Caro, thanks for subscribing at Tier 1 for 3 months in advance. Appreciate it. Did I see who just posted a new song? I did. Nick with 30 bits. Labor Day is a communist holiday. Oh my goodness. I hate everyone. All labor rights are communism. Wow, a lot of light is coming in from that window, and it is closed. Jesus. So let's see what we're gonna check out. There was something else. I just had something in my brain, and it fell right out. Shit. Joe with a link. Yay! Rem Lazar Hannah. That's an awesome one. Let me see how many sub points I need before we can do another, because all my emote slots are full, but I get more if we get more subs. I need 58 more sub points until we unlock a new emote slot. Just for reference. Ice Queen says, sorry, can't really justify buying more bits anytime soon, but these will be my last for a while. Just want to say happy Seize the Means of Production Day, all. You rock, Hannah, etc., etc. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, let's see what we're going to start with. Let's start with one of our bestest friends. Let's start with a call for an uprising. He's gonna whine about Lil Nas X existing because I guess he still has nothing better to do.
For an uprising.
What a wonderful world.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. Well, the picture on your screen speaks for itself. Tell me again, we're not in the end times?
We're not in the end times. Call, we're not in the end times. At least not in the biblical sense that you're thinking of.
Now, I know that this isn't real per se, but
What do you mean, it's just not real? It's a promotional image for his new album.
we already know this is really going to be occurring, and in some cases they claim it already has. But, hey,
Are you talking about trans men getting pregnant? Because that's also a thing. Like, there have been pregnant trans men before.
everyone wants to be naive when they're seeing men giving birth. At some point, go ahead. I'm not going to lose my mind over it. I've pretty much
Spoilers, he is losing his mind over it.
come to terms with the nonsense that's going to continue in this disgusting, disgraceful world. But what a wonderful world it is. The same guy who brought you Satan shoes with, human blood in them.
It was his blood. I find it interesting that he just said human blood, like Lil Nas X was going around and jabbing people with syringes and sucking out their blood against their will. Ha ha! These are for my shoes! No, it was Lil Nas X's blood. In fact, Tony Hawk did something similar recently. I think he did a limited edition skateboard line that had Tony Hawk blood on it or something.
The same guy who brought you Montero when he was grinding
Adding me worked that time.
with with Satan. The same guy who brought you a prison music video recently where we just
Who in their right mind would do a prison-related thing with their music? The punchline is Johnny Cash. The punchline is Johnny Cash. Just so you know.
said naked men, and of course, conveniently, this is the same guy who was introduced really to the world by performing at school in front of children and becoming famous and
I've still never heard Old Town Road. I guess he did that. Never heard it.
having all these kids like him because that's how it works. I've been saying it for years about Disney and Nickelodeon and all these places that, these people aren't just super talented and then just keep going and going. Oh, they can sing as kids. They get kids to like them as kids, and when they become adults, they start to change their behavior, like Britney Spears, like Christina Aguilera, Lindsay Lohan, Selena Gomez. The list goes on, and then they start to become perverse, and then they start to push certain agendas, right? And then
The agenda that it's okay to be gay. That's just like reality, though. The lady that lives here, thanks for 6 months, says, 6 months! We need to start thinking of baby names. Keep up the good work. Love you, but not in that way. Unless, JK, unless. Oogle74, thanks for 11 months, says almost a year. Yeah.
that's how they socially engineer the youth.
Parker Nell Daughter says, I saw someone say Lil Nas looking pregnant was transphobic. What do you think about that? No. I, of course, don't speak for all trans people. I certainly don't speak for trans men, since I'm a trans woman, but I don't view that as transphobic. But whatever. I view that as so not transphobic that anyone calling it transphobic, like, literally makes me laugh. That was an honest laugh for me. That's a funny idea to me that someone would be that sensitive about it. Like, no, he's just doing a thing. Bitter Grin, thanks for 9 months and kicking off the hype train. Much appreciated. Again, it's September, so remember, subs are 20% off if you choose to support the channel that way. And that's 9 months, so that's a sub, baby. We're going to call this sub, baby, a call for... A call for Lou? Oh, okay. A call for lube. That's the name of this baby. A call for lube.
And that's exactly what this is, even though the people will go, oh, Call's flipping out. This isn't me flipping out at all. This is me just showing you, and I'm going to show you some other stuff
This is you freaking out. Citisaurus with 500 bits says, hype, hype, hype. Thank you.
connected to it. Such as the fact that, you know, he's saying this is about some type of album.
The funny thing is, the only reason I know anything about Lil Nas X is because of people like Call. I'm not a big rap person. Like, I don't have anything wrong with rap. Literally, the only rap I really listen to is, like, Eminem from back in the day. Like, that's the only stuff that's on my playlist. Or Hamilton, but that's more because theater, not because rap. Also, that shit just slaps. But, like, I know so much about Lil Nas X just because he annoys right-wingers and conspiracy nuts. It's amazing. 22% to level 2 on the hype train.
He's releasing his album.
MH Darkbeast says, howdy, Hannah. Hope you're doing well today. You see the next What If is Marvel Zombies. Gonna be fun on the bun. Maybe. See, I like the Marvel Zombies comic. It's not necessarily well written. It's a little edgy. But, like, the visual and the art is just so beautiful and how disgusting it is. And there's no way they're gonna match that on the show. So they have to write an actual good Marvel Zombies story. And I don't know if they're going to do that. So we'll see. Kirthan says, I actually highly recommend Lil Nas's music. It's a bop. I listened to the one where he's... The one for the Satan music video where he humps Satan and then he murders him. I didn't get into it. It's just, I don't know. Like, I'm sure it seemed well produced, but it's just not something I'm into. But I have no issue with it. Rageology says... Call modern media is leading people to the devil. It would have happened it wouldn't have happened in the good old days. This is from 116 years ago, literally popping up in my sidebar. The Infernal Cave. This is music from 1905. Oh, not even music. I'm sorry. This is a movie from 1905, a silent film. Yeah, I've seen some stuff like this. Citisaurus says he loves pushing buttons. I can respect it. Nope. Wait, did I just read that one? I'm going to read it again, just in case. He loves pushing buttons. I can respect it, even if I don't really listen to that type of music. I don't listen to him, but I love seeing the reaction of chuds and conspiracy theorists every time something new comes out. Yeah. Special effects, indeed. This is when they were still doing coloring by hand as, like, a gimmick. Like, ooh, look, we have a color film. And they literally just, like, color the film. Fun stuff.
His baby, right? That's it's a metaphor, yeah? Yeah, there's nothing disturbing here, ladies and gentlemen who don't believe in the end times, or we're anywhere near.
It literally is marketing, Call. You're getting mad about marketing because you're paranoid. This is the paranoia.
Hear it? And what a coincidence, because this always happens at the same time. What's the big story that we
36% to level 2 with a minute and a half left.
Just heard recently in Texas about these laws, right? And don't jump and do jumping jacks and think that this is going to stand and be okay. This is just a little taste of something that will be reversed. And what stories come out with it? Well, stories like GoDaddy taking down the website for people who are activists against this thing occurring in Texas.
Yeah, fuck those people. in the butt. Knick-knack, nonack, thank you for gifting a sub. For those who don't know, the website where you could go and report women in Texas for having abortions, GoDaddy removed them from their service.
Right?
Like 30 seconds left of the hype train. Don't let the hype die.
And what does it tell you? Because that's the story that comes out. And then other providers talking about how they're going to take down websites, then they have the right to do it. Right? And eventually it'll even happen to me. But first they...
I don't think enough people know who you are for that to happen, Call. Maybe once I go on your website and get a bunch of information and get it together and then send it to the web host, then maybe. But I'm really lazy. So right now you're safe because of my laziness. Sky Comet Fallen says, it's a metaphor for a work of art you're proud of, Call. Proud of, Call for a brain cell. Citosaurus, thanks for gifting a sub. Stone Corbell, thank you for gifting a sub. Purple Pondini, thank you for gifting 10 tier 1 subs to the community. Nick says, we are all hungover from Sunday night.
You got to get through a lot of other
Drink water. Electrolytes, people. Get some Powerade or something.
hurdles. But they'll get to me, they'll get to you, they'll get to everyone. And then the people out there who are clamoring for censorship are the same people that would support this guy being a man, even though, he's done a video telling us what pronouns he identifies as, right? What pronouns do you guys identify as?
This is the part where I realized Call doesn't know what pronouns are because he thinks it sounds like he thinks pronouns are a new thing that trans people invented. Darker White says, wait, I've lost the plot. How does Lil Nas quote bearing unquote a child connect to abortion in Texas? I couldn't tell ya. Woo! 121% to level 5. Thanks, everyone. We have a streak of every stream this month so far. We've hit level 5 in the hype train. I want to keep that going. Nick says, confirmed, feel like a plant and crave electrolytes. Bittergrin, thanks for gifting 5 tier 1 subs.
I identify as a giant The fact...
It's the joke! He did the joke. And I also legitimately think he doesn't understand what pronouns are, because obviously Call has pronouns, and he goes by he, him. As far as I know, I guess, but...
that this is even a topic or conversation should tell you enough about the world. It should tell you more than enough about the world and the sensitivity, right? And what perfect timing while Big Brother rolls in all these new laws and new rules and new restrictions, and the same people clamoring for it. It's going to be funny because they don't heed the warnings. They're arrogant. They're so dumb. And you know what people I'm talking about, the same people who would support this. And I just often remind myself of Revelation chapter 9, verse 6. In those days, men will seek death and will not find it. They will long to die, but death will escape them. Right?
Is Call depressed? Does he want to die?
Revelation 9:5, the locusts were not given power to kill them, but only to torment them for 5 months, and their torment was like the sting of a scorpion. Right? And then the Bible goes on to talk about how locusts look like horses prepared for battle. Well, on that day, if I'm lucky enough to be on the battlefield...
Oh, this is the part where he says he wants to hurt and or kill trans people. Beanie Gaby, thank you for 4 months, says, wow, that first trimester just flies. Two Man says, people trying to collect bounties on abortions are having a bad time. Oh, well then. Lily Love Stuff, thanks for 14 months, says, hell yeah, Call is mad at Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X isn't just a massive troll. Like Lil Nas X isn't just a massive troll.
While these transhuman people who are, the key word is the word before human, who are begging and clamoring for all this stuff, are seeking it, they won't find it. And they didn't heed anyone's warnings. And I'll have my foot personally on their chests, holding them down.
Ooh, hold me down, daddy. Ooh, ooh.
If I'm lucky enough to be on that battlefield, I'll be holding them down with my foot, watching the scorpions sting. That'll feel pretty good, won't it?
This is like... seriously, what he spends his time doing, apparently, is fantasizing about a 10 Plagues of Egypt situation in which all trans people, I guess, are on a battlefield for some reason, and Call is stepping on us. It's an interesting kink. It's very elaborate, but I wish him the best in finding peace with that kink. Tea with Goblin says, all aboard the hype train. Hooray for Lil Nas X, our patron saint of queer trolling.
Now, another story that comes out of this is, whoa, it's Barry Obama. That's right, folks. You can't see.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about this part. Oh, I didn't turn on my lights. Unprofessional. Am I even a streamer without RGB? Stone Corbell says, how does he consider himself Christian saying shit like this? Vengeance is mine, says the Lord. Having wrathful feelings is a sin, Call. Maybe you should do some introspection. No, it's fine, though, because he's allowed to hate the sinners, according to him.
Yeah, they mock us right in front of our face. Well, Barry decided to send a gift basket to him. Yes, Barry sent a gift basket to Lil Nas X. He sent him baby clothes ahead of the rapper's birth to Montero. Now, nobody's wondering.
If Obama legit sent Lil Nas X anything, that's hilarious.
How a musician who's not even really popular, let's just be real. Like, you know, the ones who, like, everyone knows in every household, it's like Beyonce, Madonna. Like,
let's listen to that again real quick and try and guess how old Call is.
The rapper's birth to Montero. Now, Lil Nas X, he sent him baby clothes ahead of the rapper's birth to Montero. Now, nobody's wondering how a musician who's not even really popular, let's just be real.
Call thinks Lil Nas X isn't popular. Now, I'm only vaguely aware, but, like, to my understanding, Lil Nas X is, like, an up-and-coming huge rap star, right? Am I wrong? Weren't his last, like, 2 or 3 singles all number ones or close to it? Nick says, I'm guessing he's 69. Nice.
Like, you know, the ones who, like, everyone knows in every household, it's like Beyonce, Madonna, Lady Barfbag.
Call. Madonna hasn't been popular since, like, the 90s, which were 30 years ago, if we're talking about, like, 1991. At best, the 90s were 20 years ago. The Madonna album that came out after 9/11 was worse than 9/11. No one liked it. People care about Madonna in a historical context, or because they were fans. Madonna is not popular in 2021.
Now, this guy is the new guy that they're pushing, and pushing him at the perfect time, because this guy's he's pushing the most revolting things you could possibly imagine.
Being gay, doing a photo shoot for publicity where you fake a pregnancy. We're doing pretty good if those are the worst things, honestly.
So the former president, just happens to send him some baby clothes. He doesn't think to himself, well, this guy had a video where Satan was being lap danced by him. He just had a video where he was butt naked. He just had a picture of himself giving birth. Oh, there's nothing occultic here. There's nothing sick going on. This is just normal. And it's normal for the president, right? I mean, 20 years.
Oh, here comes the part where he also definitely doesn't know what year it is.
Sick going on. This is just normal. And it's normal for the president, right? I mean, 20 years ago, if you heard, like, I don't know, Ronald Reagan, and I'm not supporting it because they're all the same.
He thinks Ronald Reagan was the president 20 years ago! Ronald Reagan died in 2004. And he had been unwell in, like, the second, term of his presidency. Call. Reagan was not president 20 years ago. He wasn't even a recent president 20 years ago, really. Like, if you want to go 20 years ago, you would think maybe Bush Sr. Maybe. In terms of, like, as far away from his presidency as Obama is from his now, right? 6 years later or so. What the fuck are you talking about, Call? Probably Bill Clinton. I know W was president, but I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt here and saying ex-president. Because Obama isn't currently the president. Obama ended his presidency, you know, in 2016. Once Trump got sworn in. So I don't know what Call is thinking when he thinks he can say, you know, what if 20 years ago Reagan had given, or yes, 2017, I'm sorry, January 2017. What year does he think it is? It's just weird. I missed some stuff. Let's see what I missed. Sky Comet Fallen says, if he thinks that's weird, don't ever introduce him to Lady Gaga or Elton John. He did mention Lady Gaga. He calls her Lady Barfbag because he's very original. Lily Love Stuff says, Madonna embarrassed herself at Eurovision in 2019 and it was hilarious. Like, tried to talk down to 25 musical acts she'd never heard of and they outshined her. Tucker White says, I mean, to be fair, every president since Ronald Reagan has just been a continuation of Reagan's presidency. 2man642 says, and with the 10th and final plague, the Spirit of God will kill the firstborn, a male at birth, of all of those who don't spread lamb's blood on their Rumble pages. Geek with a Guitar, thanks for 13 months, says, I never got a sub-baby name. Can I get one now, please? Oh, whoa. Okay. Since you said, oh, whoa. What's it called? Fursona name. Fursona name generator. You're gonna come at me with an oh, whoa? This baby's getting a fucking Fursona name. Black Liger Pale Feather. Black Liger Pale Feather. I like that one.
Same. They're all Republican, Democrat. They're all in the same cesspool hole of being a satanic occultist. But I wouldn't hear a story like he was doing something like that. But everything is so out in the open now. It's just like, oh, the president.
20 years ago, Reagan was probably shitting in his pants while Nancy cried in the other room. I don't think he was in the state to be sending anything to anyone. Robert Morley, thanks for subscribing at tier 3. Awesome. Thank you. 5 months, too. Getting closer to a stream, baby. Ari Anand says, my cat died this morning. Oh, I'm sorry. After being attacked by a pit bull yesterday, I'm doing awful. Luckily, this stream is helping a bit. I'm so sorry. I really am. That's terrible. Was the person's, like, dog not on a leash or something? You don't have to recount it. I shouldn't be probing. I'm just sorry. That sucks.
And send him a gift bag. Oh, what? Huh? Fine. Can anyone explain how they know each other? Well, he's a singer. Oh, yeah? Well, let's talk about bloodlines and connections like that. Or is this just a hint at something else between those lovebirds? Michael.
Oh, bloodlines? He's implying that Lil Nas X and Obama were related because... First he implied they're related because they're both black, or at least Obama's half white, half black, so of course they must be related because Call's racist. And his second implication is that they're gay lovers, which would be hilarious, but isn't true. Obama's, like, the only president during my lifetime where I actually thought he and his wife probably like each other. Like, I disagree with the Barack Obama on plenty of shit. I don't like him, on the whole. I don't like him as a president. As a person, he's one of the more moral people we've had, and you're gonna go, oh, drone strikes. Yeah, the bar's really low. But at the very least, I do think he actually gives a shit about his wife. Princess Amelia, thanks for 9 months, says, woo, sub baby. Hannah, you know what to do. Yep, I sure do. We're getting another Fursona name. Earthfang Wild Eyes. TubeMan says, ah yes, 2001 when Reagan was president and the USSR was America's biggest enemy.
Won't be happy if he hears that. No, he won't. Don't tell Michael. Don't tell Michael. Who's Michael? Come on. You gotta know who Michael is.
Oh, he's doing the transvestigation thing.
Everyone knows who Michael is. Michael and Barry, everyone's favorites. So these are the stories that go on, and then they happen at the same time, right? He comes out with this, all the attention goes on that. Well, attention did go on the stuff in Texas. It's just done deliberately to get all of everybody's minds on this topic.
Jimmy didn't love Lily. I said within my lifetime. I was not alive when Jimmy Carter was president.
Because every day they have to have you thinking about these topics. Because these topics are the things that are going to remove freedoms. They're going to bring upon more sacrifice. They're going to bring upon more oppression of Christians.
Biden and his wife, I don't know anything about them, honestly, so I can't really speak to that.
Because that's
their relationship specifically. I'm aware of Biden, obviously, but
what this leads to. And you might go, well, this is nonsense. Oh, a man can't have... Well, is it nonsense that they aren't going to be able to...
Nick says, you want to remove LGBTQ plus freedoms, call fuck off.
Scientifically do it. I mean, they already claim they have. I haven't seen it with my own eyes. But I did do a video once. I think it got taken down. You know, about two people who were reversed doing it. And nobody... I mean, well, you guys were probably puking on your... whatever device you were watching it on. I know I was. But like the Bible says, we live in a world where evil is good and good is evil. And things like this are just, oh, it's just marketing call. It's no big deal. Let behavior continue to just degenerize and become more degenerate.
Degenerize is not a word.
Over and over, morals just continue to go out the window. That's what these things do. And acceptance becomes reality. Oh, come on. And then they start doing it, and people just be like, oh, okay. How do you think they start normalizing this type of stuff, right? They just start normalizing it by doing things like this, and then people just go, oh, well, you know, at first, everybody's brain would blow, wait, what, a man could do that? That's what this did, and people went, oh, it's not real, it's a publicity stunt. Oh, okay.
Call, the first, in fairness, I don't know when the first trans man actually became pregnant. Long time ago, I should imagine, long before I was born. But, trans men getting pregnant is a real thing, and that's been a thing for quite a while. Even in the early 2000s, I remember a news story about that, because the straights are really weird, and oh my god, that person, oh my god, they present as male and they're pregnant. Oh my god, the world's collapsing around me. But that happens, it's relatively often now, I think, trans men getting pregnant. It's already a thing, Call. It's already a thing. Lil Nas X did not invent the concept of someone presenting masculine and being pregnant. And his is fake anyway. His is like a prosthetic for an ad. The real thing exists and has existed for decades.
And then you do it again and again, and then...
Sky Comet Fallen says he's a troll, Call, and you fell headfirst into his trap. Tucker White says, wait, quote, they unquote released Lil Nas X's album cover to distract from abortions in Texas, but in doing so, now, Wow, that's a quick video. Logarth says, Arnold Schwarzenegger was the first pregnant man. Junior. Yeah.
You get some B-level actor or actress, if of course the trumpets don't sound by then, to do something like this, right? And then it becomes normal, and we continue.
Fun fact, Junior is a terrible movie, and it was directed by Ivan Reitman, who I believe also directed the Ghostbusters. And then his son, Jason Reitman, went on to direct a really good pregnant comedy, Juno, which starred Elliot Page. Is that what he's going by now? Elliot? Right? I'm correct, I think. So interesting stuff. And now Jason Reitman is doing the new Ghostbusters movie. So. Lily Love Stuff says we should introduce Call to Omegaverse. Oh, let's not. Ashy Boo, thanks for 10 months, says, woohoo, 10 months of Hannah. I see Call is as nuts as always, and Hannah is as pretty as always. Thank you. Although, in fairness, that might not be a compliment. Maybe my baseline prettiness is very low, but I'm the same as usual. But at least that's good. Overthought says, does the guy from Alien count as the first pregnant man? John Hurt? No. That's unfortunately not the case. Nick says, turns out all you need to make good pregnant comedy is to remove the I and the R. Oh. That took me a sec, sorry.
You to accept and
Ashibu says, your baseline prettiness is very... Well, thank you.
tolerate sin, mockery, all of it. The destruction of God's creation. And it just keeps pouring on and pouring on and pouring on. And of course, people like us will continue to get oppressed, shut down, shut up, and locked up for having a difference of opinion. Because
Call, you don't have a difference of opinion. You just hate people who are different than you. That's not a difference of opinion. You're just an asshole. That's like saying, you know, all those Nazis, they just got destroyed in World War II because they had a difference of opinion. Call, you would kill every trans person if you could. You literally just espoused your fantasy about torturing trans people and stepping on them while they're eaten by bugs. That's not a difference of opinion. You're a sadist, and not the fun kind. Yoan80 says, as a straight white man, do you know how offensive it is to see people that are very slightly different from me just living their lives and not actually bothering anyone? I should make a YouTube video about it that has not been done before, right? No, I think you're in the clear. You could corner that market. Colston says, Juno awakened my... okay. Colston says, quote, Juno awakened my breeding kink. Daddy Sume, probably.
because that's how ridiculous this world is. But like I said, the same people who love this type of stuff, who then love to, who love to talk about people like me or you or conspiracy theorists because they have nothing else to talk about because they can't look in the mirror at the sight that they see, which nobody can blame them. Those people...
I'm literally looking at myself right now, Call. When I film this, I'm looking at both a setup where I can see myself and your video. I'd rather look at myself than your video, if I'm being honest, but looking at myself doesn't get me money, so... Rublum says, since Cole's pop culture refs are dated, let me put it in a way he'll get. Madonna once said, I think crucifixes are sexy because there's a naked man on them. She said it to mess with the squares, much like Lil Nas X. Tucker White says, usually I can follow Cole's arguments as nonsensical as they usually are. Here, though, I don't even know how anything connects. He's getting more and more unhinged. I just think he's freaking out because COVID keeps going on, because people keep refusing to get vaccinated, but also his end times predictions aren't happening. So it's kind of showing that he's full of shit. I don't think he's taking it very well.
On Judgment Day, will feel a foot on their chest as they're stung by scorpions, by the locust torment. And then, when that happens, I'll finally have a smile on my face. How about that?
You could smile now, Call. You don't have to wait, just so you know. Tooth Goblin says, have you read Discworld? Monstrous Regiment does really interesting things with an AFAB character who lives as a man in the military but also carries a child. By the end of the book, he retires to resume his fatherly role. Terry Pratchett shits all over rolling. I've not read any Pratchett stuff.
I want to remind everybody again, as this world continues to burn around us, check out my website at callfornuprising.com. Again, the forum itself, a lot of you trying to share links here on YouTube. You can't share links here on YouTube. They go right into spam. I don't go through my spam box. It's too filled. It's so much stuff goes in there. You say a bad word, it goes in there. I comment to certain people, and I don't even see my comments show up if I put a certain word in there. I mean, it's ridiculous. Now, do we know that censorship, like I said earlier, is going to come to all websites, and that's really what you take out of this story? Yes, we do know. But right now, it's not. So check out the website while you can and interact with other people and learn what's going on. See what's going on. Share what you're seeing go on. I hope to see more people over there. I want to thank the Patrons. Because of you, it keeps me here on YouTube. And I hope everybody out there is doing okay. I know mentally it's insane seeing a lot of this stuff. I know sometimes people are like, oh, but you've been saying it for years, so why is it bothering you? Well, it just is. I mean, you could say maybe it's those towers in the air, all the other stuff they're doing. Well, the towers aren't, those big towers. It's a lot of things, but it's also heartbreaking to see, and it's unfathomable, some of this stuff, to watch go on and be accepted. Because it's the uttermost, it's not even, I want to say blasphemous, but it's the most nauseating world you could possibly imagine, and it's only going to get worse. So I hope everybody out there stays strong.
He means
And again, this
5G,
content
guys,
ends up
when he's talking about the towers thing. Some people seem confused.
being difficult for you. Just take a break. I take breaks. Take a break, or leave and don't come back. But just make sure you're right with
Take a break. Run away with us for the summer. Let's go upstate. Oh, God.
the Lord. Make sure you're strong in your walk, which is what I need to continue to do, because everybody gets pulled away sometimes and gets worn out sometimes. So it's important, especially now, to stay strong. I thank you guys again for being here. God bless all of you and your families.
Call's other channel got another strike, just so you know. I think he's one strike away from getting his other channel banned. So that's fun. Hydrate. Alrighty. So yeah, Call's not doing well. He released 2 videos today already. Oh.
If you've ever had this
Food supplies for their students. Problem. Oh, you're not growing food? Oh, right. They're just so full of crap with everything that they do and everything that they talk about. Yet
I guess he thinks food shortages happening in hurricane areas are conspiracies. I don't know. I'm sure we'll catch back up with Call tomorrow on Tinfoil Tuesday, but that's it for today. Let's look at Alex Chu. This is someone who's come to my attention recently via a video I watched of someone else's covering him. And this gentleman, by name of Alex Chu, apparently he believes he's invented rings that make him immortal. I don't know how to put that in a different way. He believes he has invented rings that he wears that make him immortal and stop him from aging. So let's watch some of his videos and see what we can learn about his amazing invention. The title of this video is How Good I Look at Age 38 Because I Used Immortality Rings and Giorgio Spiel. Don't know what that is. Princess Amelia says, man, Alex Chu, that takes me way back. This is some Web 1.0 shit. I guess it is. This guy's been online talking about this for a really long time. Like, that video alone is from 12 years ago. Just so you know. Rublum says, Alex Chu used magic ring and had no effect. To man with a link. Oops.
Hi, this is Alex Chu. Today is April the 11th, 2009.
It's always good to have a fountain or something running in the background so the primary noise you hear is running water and not the dialogue you're having.
There are American captains being trapped by Kenyan pirates all over the news. But anyway, I just want to tell you something about these immortality rings that I'm selling, right? I really suggest people put them on as soon as possible, because some people might say, okay, I'm just gonna wait 50 years and see how Alex is doing and see if it really works. But the thing is, the immortality rings it doesn't have magical powers, you know. It can only reverse aging to a certain degree. For example, let's say you are 25 right now. You wait another 30 years to see if the rings work for you or not, okay? And then you're 55 and you realize the Alex Chu rings really does work. Then you go back and put it on, and well, it's not going to fix lots of things. For example, older people, their bones will shrink. So basically, if you become shorter as you grow older, So when you are 25, you are 6 feet tall. When you are about like 50 or 60, you might shrink like 3 inches. You might become 5 feet 9 inches tall.
The horror!
So I'm not sure if the rings can repair that. I'm not sure if the rings can help you gain that 3 inches.
Hey, you're gonna live for 1,000 years, but do you really want to be a manlet? That's what this guy has to say. Do you even want to live for eternity if you're under 6 foot tall? Nick says, but then you'll be 69 inches tall. Nice.
Back. And also, once you get older, you have more. You accumulate lots of problems in the body. In order to fix these problems using the rings, it's going to take a long time, or in some cases, it's not reversible. For example, like if you have like gum disease or your teeth fell off, the rings cannot help you replace your teeth. Things like that. Your hair falls off, it might help you regrow the hair, but it might take a long time to regrow. But what I'm saying is this.
I'm immortal, it's fine. I can take as long as I want.
You should really start using the rings as soon as possible. Don't wait until you're an old man. Don't wait. Oh, I'm going to wait 20 years or 30 years to see.
For the record, he thinks that these will not only, stop dying, but he also thinks it'll stop aging. So let's see what he looked like when he was a young guy. Alright, so this is an old picture of him from way back in the day. He was born in 1971. I think he went to college. Anyway, this is him back in the 90s, okay? And this is him now. Or this was him 12 years ago. This isn't even him now. Alex. Where does thing go? Alex, you've aged. You still look great for your age, but you've aged. Kirathan says, I just realized if I lose 3 inches, I'll fit the height criteria for dwarfism. Get me those rings ASAP.
If these rings really work. No, trust me, they work, okay? Trust me, they work. You should put it on as soon as possible. Don't wait. It's the rings, I mean, they're not a big deal. They're like $30-some, $40. You get yourself a pair of rings and put it on. If you still don't believe me, you should go to my How to Make the Immortality Rings Yourself page. I have a page that teaches people how to make those rings yourself.
Well, I would like to know how to make them yourself.
Hi, this is Alex Chu. Well, today I am officially 40-year-old. Yeah, 40-year-old. Today is February 11th. I'm sorry, February 8th, 2011. Just 3 days ago, 3 days ago, there's a riot. I think there's a riot in Egypt, and then 3 days ago they forced the Egyptian ruler to resign or something. I don't know much about Egypt, but anyway, what else is in the news? Oh yeah, silver is $28. Last year it used to be like It used to be like $20-some, 18.
What's silver price today? Silver price is $28 then. Oh, it's only $24 now. I assume he means per ounce. I guess you shouldn't have bought silver in 2011. Would have lost money.
Lowest was $18.
Tucker White says, can we go back to call this guy is boring? Fine, you think he's boring? We'll go to his Nazi content. Jesus. Oh, he's boring. He's not Call. Oh, okay. You know what? He's a fucking Nazi. So let's watch his more recent videos. Felix Night Owl says, I just joined. Is he talking about cock rings? No. Cool Cat says, should I invest in silver or gold for the end times? Farm equipment. And training how to use it. Ruplum says, could Alex put a different enchantment on the rings? I'd love some water breathing. Oh, he's so boring. I was trying to wade into the Nazism, okay? Why? Why must I? What? I gotta find... Where's a good Nazi video of his? Hold on. We're just gonna have to look at random videos until we find the Nazi shit. From what I understand, he believes he is a reincarnation of a Nazi officer. And he's a big fan of fascist stuff. Exo Deadlocks is a Nazi seeking immortality. He chose poorly. This is the cup of a carpenter. There are actually ancient texts about how to make magic rings. A lot of them involved dead chickens. Well, obviously. You gonna make a ring with a live chicken? Overthought says, you know what's the problem with pissing on Nazi graves? You run out of piss. I gotta watch this just because of the title of the video. The title of this video is Incest Porn Will Only Become More Popular Because Most Men Feel Sorry for Themselves and Need Sympathy. I don't see the connection, but I'm thrilled to find out. Whoever said this guy's boring, fuck you.
Sup? This is Alex Chu. Okay, coming at you with another episode. This episode, I want to talk about. Oh, hold on. I want to talk about how come I think the incest porn can only grow in popularity after I check out the other porn, you know, compared with the incest porn. But before I talk about that, I want to tell you, my name is Alex Chu. I'm the guy who invented physical mortality rings. These are rings that you put out your small fingers during sleep.
Alex, you've gotten even older! And your hairline's receding, which there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just pointing out, you know, I'm not commenting on his looks in a negative way, but you said you have immortality rings, Alex. Alex! Why aren't your immortality rings working?
You don't age anymore. You become physically immortal. For example, I'm already 49, you know? I look pretty good, right? Check out my belly. Still very skinny.
He's obsessed with that. I've noticed, and I watched some other videos preliminarily. Preliminarily? Word? I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. In preparation for this, I did watch some of his videos. He seems to think that because he's not fat, the rings must be working, which is funny too, because I think it just goes to show that people's perception of age is incredibly shaded by the fact that Americans have a huge obesity problem. I'm a part of the problem, which I'm working on. But, like, you can be in your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s and be very thin. Like, this is how people should look. He's like a normal-sized dude. Americans are just large because we eat too much and because of all the high fructose corn syrup. Like, he thinks he's immortal because he's not fat. Tucker White says, so after 11 years, Alex never learned how to actually do a video? Seriously, there are so many beginner's mistakes in this alone. Hey, he's doing his best, okay? He spent all his energy and time learning how to be immortal, okay? I can excuse some bad video making.
You can tell I never work out. Never work out for it in a single day. I never work out for a single day ever since I was 23, you know?
That's good. You must have, like, a good, well-regulated food intake. Like, good. That's great. I'm happy for you.
Most of the customers on Amazon reviews, they give me 4 stars or 5 stars. So if you want to stay physically young forever, you want to look like me when you're 50, go to livemuchlonger.com, livemuchlonger.com, buy a pair of these rings. Anyway, recently I've been, checking out incest porns, you know. recently I've been checking out incest porns.
Hannah. Oh my god, you're actually crying!
Yes!
Oh my god! She has tears streaming down her face. I got it.
In H.P. Lovecraft stories, when people go insane, it's just because Cthulhu, like, shoots this video directly into their brain.
I love you.
I love you too.
Your lipstick looks very pretty. Which one do you have on?
I have the red one that's in there.
The red one that's in there.
I don't know. Okay.
Love you.
I'm good. I'm good. I love you too. Lily Love Stuff says, to be fair, in the 50s to 90s, everyone was on speed. I mean, my grandma and mom used to down those diet pills, and as soon as the fun ones were made illegal, they got fat. Logart says, don't come in, Mom says I'm doing research. Who said he's boring?
It was Tucker White.
You're wrong. Von Tuck says, your reaction to this guy, one of the weirdos, finally got you. Personally surprised the Confederate Autobot didn't do it. That's a wrap. Speedy Yoshi says, who injected Hannah with Joker toxin? Princess Amelia says, in case anyone needs to know, this is what Hannah might die of laughter really looks like. Yeah. Alright. We gotta...
Recently I've been checking out incest porns. Incest porn. And they're all about fucking stepmother, stepdaughter, stepsister, and all that shit, foster child and all that. And I was wondering, hey, I at first I was very excited because I do have a pretty stepmom. I
Oh no!
What? Oh no! Oh, I saw the text on the screen. Oh,
fucking stepmother, stepdaughter.
Teeth Goblin says, I think that needs to be a new square on the bingo card. Hannah laughs like a boiling tea kettle. And Tucker White says, here lies Hannah, an incest-loving Nazi, made me laugh to death.
Her stepsister and all that shit, foster child and all that. And I was wondering, hey, I at first I was very excited because I do have a pretty stepmom. I do have a crush on my pretty stepmother.
oh my god! Do I need to stay up here in case I need to do CPR on you?
It's fine. I'm fine.
Okay, because I don't know CPR.
We're a minute in. Ah.
Deb, don't rub. You'll take your makeup off. Okay, so he's a crush on his stepmother?
I guess so.
Gross.
So, I cut ties with her a long time ago. But anyway, what happened is, so somehow I got into it. I mean, somehow I discovered that there's so much incest porn nowadays. Only like 2 weeks ago or something, I discovered there's so much incest porn. I was shocked. I was surprised. Back in the days, there are no incest porn. Back in the days, they.
Shit, hold on. Speedy Yoshi says, Baha, Hannah is rapidly losing oxygen to her brain because of all the laughing. You need to stay. Prakagam says, came here for the immortality ring, stayed for the Nazi, lost my shit at the incest porn. You need to send the video to someone? Okay, here's a link. Hold on, I gotta find the history of incest porn, guys, because he's... hold on. There's a Wikipedia page. History and legality. Arguably the most famous example of the genre is the Taboo film series of the 1980s. So that was a while ago. The first film in the series, which starred Kay Parker, was released in 1980. It spawned numerous sequels, several of which won Adult Film Awards. There's a substantial amount of incest pornography on the internet, leading some to argue it may legitimize or encourage real-life incest. Jeffrey Mason has even argued that incest porn is quote, the very nucleus of pornography in prototypical form. So no, it's not new, I guess. Tucker White says, so let me get this straight. Alex is a skinny, incest-loving Nazi who's discovered the secret to immortality. Oh my god. He's a walking, talking hentai doujin. Devious Shilster says, I gotta find the history of incest porn is not something I thought I'd ever hear on a Twitch channel, but here we are. XY Girl, thanks for 12 months, says, I'm here, I'm queer. I've been subscribed a year. Happy anniversary. Speedy Yoshi says the Bible exists and has a shit ton of incest porn. I mean, Lot's daughters. Dude from Moria, thanks for 3 months, says, next stream baby should be called incest porn. You got it.
They have a video. They have a porno video. It's called not the Brady's. It's a Brady Bunch. What do you call spoof? It's a Brady Bunch spoof. And inside that video, it's like the stepsisters. They don't fuck with the stepbrothers. You can imagine that came out like 20 years ago. Back in the days, there's like you don't find
Gross. MW1642, thanks for 16 months. Ambiguous Samus, thanks for 14 months. Says, hey, Hannah, love the new setup. Thank you.
incest porns, okay, back in the days. Nowadays, incest porn is like almost more than 50%. And so I'm watching this shit, I'm watching incest porn, I'm thinking, oh man, enough is enough. Why? Why? How come we can't fuck other people? How come it has to be stepmother and stepsister?
Why is he like angrily watching step sibling porn? He's watching a Brady Bunch porn parody where they all fuck each other and he's just angrily sitting there like, oh, it doesn't have to be like this. Why can't we just fuck up normal people? Why is the Brady Bunch fucking each other? Hydrate. I'm glad I didn't do any sort of eye makeup. Cool Cat says this is just like when the algorithm keeps giving anti-gay pastors gay ads. D with Goblin says, or that the impotently flail hands and make noises like a concussed seal stage of laughter. I see.
How come I cannot just fuck a regular girl? So I was looking for girlfriend dating, you know, like just regular girl, maybe a first date, one night stand, you know, don't they have those kind of videos? Just any girl, any pretty girl, you know, was the first party.
Alex goes on to Pornhub and types pretty girl.
Point of view, you know, it's called point of view, POV. Those videos are called POV, meaning, you know, the cameraman straps a GoPro camera either on his chest or on his forehead, you know, and then he's speaking to the girl or he's dealing with the girl and the girl's all, you know, like in front of him, you know, talking, chatting, whatever, fucking, whatever, you know. That's called POV. So I searched for POV girlfriend, POV dating.
H. Barrett says, bits for a pulse oximeter so we can keep you safe. M. the Ambassador says, does immortality make the post-nut clarity hit harder, or is it just the rings? Fontuk says, Nazi angrily watches incest porn. Yeah, that tracks. I'm so sorry. This broke me. It's too good. I've spent 10 years trying to be funny online, and I will never make a video funnier than an immortal Nazi talking about and taking us through the step-by-step process of how he found himself watching incest porn. Shady Shroomy says, we all want a POV girlfriend.
And I found several of them. And I watched them, you know. Some of them, the cameraman never talks, okay? So, you know, they expect the viewer to use his own imagination. Like, oh, this is my girlfriend. This is my date. Yeah, I'm going to walk with her. I'm going to go with her to the museum and then go eat something and then take her home and fuck her and shit, you know?
That's a little sad.
You have to use your imagination. Some of them...
I'm curious.
I don't know what this is happening.
Her O2 was a little low when I put it on, but it's going up, people.
The next Y Girl says, Hannah, please don't die of laughter. We like your humor. It's okay. You can just watch this video for the rest of your life. It's all the humor you'll ever need.
The cameraman, he does talk.
Someone said you needed a pulse oximeter.
To the girl, you know?
You had 96% O2 saturation.
What's it supposed to be?
99%.
Gotcha.
I watch a few of
But it
them,
went
and
up to 99.
I realize, no, they are not better than incest porn. Let me tell you why.
Hannah? What? What happened? Oh my god, Hannah! What did he do? What did he do?
He just said the POV normal porn wasn't as good as the incest porn. And Stephen J. Neptune Man says this might be the greatest video shown on this channel. I know.
Calm down. Calm down.
Guys, I think the show is canceled. How can I ever top this? I can't.
You can't. You're not a top.
Yeah, these regular girls, they are definitely not better than the incest porn.
Slow Dog says, everyone brace yourselves. I love you all. We'll get through this. We're only 4 minutes in. This is a 17-minute video. Puka says, abort mission. You're not going to make it, Hannah.
Oh, you're so sweet.
That XY girl says, if you need an intermission after this, we'll understand. And the ambassador says, one way you could top this is by jumping a shark. I'm not the Fonz. Kirthan says, so this is guaranteed for the Hall of Fame, right? I think we're going to start a Hall of Fame for this, because we have a Chudwatch Hall of Fame, but that's for Chudwatch, so I think I have to start just like a general Hall of Fame.
Chat, Hannah's so sweet.
In porno video, I realized it. Stepsister, stepmother is so much better, so much fun, so much more fun than fucking a regular girl. I'm talking about for porn, people who watch pornos, okay? Here's the reason why.
You realize that the people
For example,
in POV porn aren't his stepmother and stepsister.
No, it's not the POV porn. I don't think because he was saying the normal POV girlfriend porn isn't as good as the incest porn. I don't know if the incest porn is also POV. Nick says, so has anyone asked what the hell the flag is yet? It's some fascist thing. I don't know what it is specifically.
Well, there's this one video.
Laughter Hall of Fame. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Anything that makes me crack up like that. Yeah.
I don't think anything ever will again make you crack up like that.
Video I watch, right? And basically it's the video started with a good morning, you woke up and then you
Tell Cassie that you're okay.
I'm okay, Cassie. It's okay. For the record, by the way, I don't care what porn anyone watches if they're like, you're not hurting anyone. It's, they're not really related in the videos. They're actors and actresses. I don't care. But that's fucking hilarious. Come on.
you walk into the kitchen and you see this hot ass girl. Fucking
the multi Hall of Madness? I don't get it.
and hot ass girl, like she's either a supermodel or she's like one of those famous porn stars. Really, really hot, in her bikinis, in her nightgown, short nightgown, in her bra, and she's all cooking bacon and making eggs for you. Oh, sweetie, hey, you want eggs? And then the guy does talk. The cameraman, he does talk, right? And the girl's like that, like teasing you and shit, and then oh, you gonna go to work? Oh, honey, yeah, eat something, go to work, and then come back home and shit. And then later on, the guy would come home and, oh, honey, ooh, let's have sex. And then, I'm watching that shit. I'm like, forget it. I don't want to watch this anymore. It's not realistic. I mean, hello? When do I have this kind of girlfriend? I mean, is this hot ass fucking, like real hot, sexy porn star or supermodel girlfriend? Where the fuck you came from? Excuse me, where did you come from? Did you did you come into the wrong apartment? I'm not your boyfriend. I never had a girlfriend like this. It just
porn where he has a loving girlfriend who's attractive is too unrealistic, so he has to do incest porn because he believes it's more likely his stepmom will fuck him. Oh no. 74Quinn74 says, please look at this. I pulled over and got out of my car to take it. Spelling is different, but the pronunciation is the same. Dussy. Chateau de Cognac, France. Oh.
It's not realistic. I see a hot ass girl, just
the merge is happening, guys, just so you know. The merge is upon us.
Wake me up in the morning, it just, I don't know, ruin my mood because this is not realistic, Another video is also some girl came and said, yeah, it's a pretty decent looking girl. Greeted me on the street, we're going to the museum, it's also, point of view video, right? I'm talking about somebody strapping a GoPro on his chest, right? Filming everything. But then, still, the same problem. It's like,
Come on.
in this video, the cameraman does not talk, so the viewer has to use his imagination. That this is my girlfriend. We're going on a date. We're going to the museum to, I don't know, look at something, and have lunch, and then go back home, and she's gonna have sex and shit. But then, again, it's not realistic. It's not realistic because I don't get girlfriends like this.
It's porn! It's not supposed to be realistic. Tea with Goblin says, lockdown has me feeling pretty isolated, but goddamn, I have never ever been as lonely and sad as this guy. Perspective matters, folks. He could find any kind of porn he wanted. If he wanted to find people who don't look like models, there's amateur porn. OnlyFans is a thing. I'm sure there are plenty of people on there who just look like normal, everyday people. Overthought says, does he want a narrator like David Attenborough in his porn?
A girl like this, a girl with her hair, a girl with her boobs, a girl like this doesn't date people like me. It's just not realistic. Hello, most people who watch porno videos, they're like me. They're just like average Joe. They're not like
most people watch porn.
Who has like,
most people, period, watch porn at one point or another at varying frequencies.
7 or 8 inch penises.
Or read it if we're talking about like erotica stuff.
There is somebody like me who has like average penis, about like 6 inch. That's 6 inch, and then not very tall. I'm only 5'8", right? And then it's just average person like me. You don't get to date girls like that. It's not realistic. So it's like before we even get to the fucking part, right? Before we even get to the sex part, I already lost my mood. I don't want to watch it anymore because this is so unrealistic, But then you know what? When you're watching Stepmother or Stepsister, that's a totally different kind of feeling. It's realistic all the way until the end. You know why? Let me explain to you why. Because viewers, okay, usually people who watch porno video, I guarantee you, what's the common thing in every...
When he was growing up, his stepmom used to get caught in the dryer a lot, so it just feels realistic to him.
Every person who watches a porno video, what's the common thing? The common thing is everybody who watches porno video feels sorry for himself. If you don't feel sorry for yourself, why would you watch a porno, right?
What? Oh no, he has such an unhealthy relationship with his own sexuality. Oh god.
Fucking your wife, you be fucking your hot girlfriend, you be a stud, you be you should be 6'2", and have a very nice job, has a good career,
Show me orbs with 69 bits. Nice. Says, I thought fascist guys would brag about epic masculine power, not say I have an average penis.
Well, a good family, handsome, and you be, fucking girls left and right. Or you have a hot wife. You don't need to watch porno video. People who watch porno video, they feel sorry for themselves. You understand? And
that's not
how come
true.
The stepsister and stepmother videos are so popular? You know why? It's because my hot ass stepmom or my sexy gorgeous stepsister, they might have sympathy for me.
Oh no! The only way he can see himself getting laid is a sympathy fuck from his family. Ew. Nick says, or they can watch porn with their significant other. Sure.
They might have enough sympathy for me to fuck me. That's the reason why
That's so sad! Oh god!
It's so realistic. Okay, for example, there's a film I watched, there's stepsister. I'm not sure it's a real sister or stepsister, but it's a stepsister, right? So she's like, the cameraman, this is also a point of view video, meaning, the GoPro camera strap on the chest or on the forehead, right? Viewing everything. The cameraman said, oh, You know, I'm 19. I don't have a job. You know, I'm still playing video game every day at home. You know, father is about to kick me out. Uh, I just, you know, I'm gonna go out there look for a job. I just lost my girlfriend, and you know, just very upset. And then the sister came to me, right? The sister came to me. Oh, honey, oh, you're upset. Maybe there's something I can do to cheer you up. And then she started blowing me. You know, she started giving me a blowjob and shit. You know, I actually believe it. The reason is because, hey, she's my sister. She is supposed to have sympathy for me, right? Sometimes, you know,
Your sister having sympathy for you doesn't mean she will suck your dick. Do I need to express that thought in words? Nick says, I've never been so happy to be gray asexual as I am right now. Yeah, good for you. Rublum says, stepladder. What are you... Stepladder, what are you doing?
because for example, in true story, right?
I gotta read this one. Oh, Goblet says, first Dussy, now the Sussy. I'm not proud of that one.
I mean, I have a cousin who almost became handicapped. You know, she almost became permanently handicapped. You know, I have so much sympathy for her that I'm willing to do anything for her. You know, if
Are you gonna suck her dick?
nobody wants you, I'll marry you. You know, it's, you know. But later on, she's okay. She turned out to be fine. So, but what I'm saying is, sometimes when your relative needs help, you know, when your relative is very upset, you know, very upset, very depressed, then yeah, you do have sympathy for that person. You know. So that's the reason why stepmother and stepsister videos are so believable. The reason is because people who watch porn, usually they feel sorry for themselves, right? So it's unrealistic to suddenly you see a hot ass girl. She's not your sister. She's not your mom. You know, like she just, oh yeah, I just want to fuck you. I'm like, what the fuck? You want to fuck someone like me? Are you sure? It's what the fuck? Are you at the wrong house? You know, it's not realistic. You know. But stepsister and stepmom feels different. It's like the viewer is hoping that my hot stepsister or hot stepmom would have enough sympathy for me to fuck me, you know? Although
H-Bird says, remember when your parents warned you about the internet? This is what they were warning you about. Speedy Yoshi says, this reminds me of Buenos Dias Mandy comic where Billy breaks both his arms and Mandy has to look after him, and sympathy doesn't mean sex. What? Can't time... Wait. Greens Aplenty says, can't time me out, just want to get rid of my points. I'm guessing it helps the algorithm. Yeah, but it's not to time you out. That's to time somebody else out. Did you want me to time somebody else out? That XY girl says, honestly, I thought this kind of character only existed in pornos. We watch very different porn.
I ain't got nothing. I don't even have a job. You know, but you have enough sympathy to fuck me because we're relatives.
You meant to say Ken? You want me to time you out? Alright, sure. Here, I'll time you out for 1 second. How did that feel?
You know, I think that's the reason why I think incest porn will only grow in popularity, okay? Because nowadays...
Is that even still like a big thing? Hold on. I haven't been on Pornhub in quite a while. Let's see what the front page is like. There's one. All right. There was one. Doom J Neptune Man, so this guy thinks the only way he can get sex is if he fucks his stepmom and stepsister? I guess so. Speedy Ochi says, move over hot tub streams. This is the sexiest thing on Twitch. 74 Quinn 74 says, he says it's so realistic. Was he raised on a certain way, so to speak? I'm afraid for and of this guy.
Also, another thing is trust issue, you know? Another thing is trust issue. When I watch a regular porno video, like a dating video, you know, point of view video, right? That the guy has a GoPro on the chest, you know, filming everything as he's talk. Okay, there's a hot ass girl come to date me, and I'm thinking, I already knew this is a porn star. This is like, she's getting paid, you know, I already knew. And I'm thinking, okay, you're walking on the street with me, going to a museum, whatever. And I'm already thinking in my mind, how much are you getting paid for this? Like $500, $600, or I mean, how much did the producer pay you for this job? You know, I'm already thinking, and that killed the romance. You know, that killed the romance. It's like immediately from the very beginning, I know you're a hooker. I know you're a prostitute. That's all. You know, it's just...
Speedy Ochi says someone introduced this guy to amateur porn stat.
So is it romantic to fuck a prostitute? No. You know, it already killed the romance, you know?
Logarth says, porn doesn't work on me, I'm too smart. Now bring on the step orgy.
So it's the trust issue thing. And also, you know, nowadays, there's a lot of girls, you know, after they fuck you, after they done fucking you, they call the police. Call the police and report you, saying that you sexually harassed them, you know, because, because she was drinking. She had a cup of beer or something. And she's like under the influence of alcohol, and then you entice her, and then you made a, you ask her to fuck, and then she fuck you, and then next morning she wake up, she calls the police. You know, shit like that happens a lot. So
no, it doesn't. Shady Shermy says it's way more romantic when it's my step relative. Nick says, well, that got into chud territory fast.
So I'm watching this kind of video. It's a point of view girlfriend video, you know. I'm already worrying, you know. It's like in my heart, okay, in my mind, I'm start to worry. It's like, you're not going to call the police on me, right? If I fuck you, you're not going to call the police, right? It's like...
Whoa! Oh, God! Oh, what the fuck?
I know this is not real. This is just a porno video. But then... subconsciously, you know, I already start to worry. You know, like, you're not gonna call the police on me, right? Can I try?
If that's your thought before even simulated sexual activity, holy shit, do you have issues? Logarth says, also, we've come all this way and nobody has said the I word yet. This guy looks like a textbook I word. I have no opinion on that.
Trust you if I think about, I'm constantly thinking, how much does the producer pay you to fuck me? You know, it's like, but then when it comes to stepmom and stepsister, I don't have that kind of worry because we're family, right? I mean, you're not gonna tell daddy on me, right? Of course not, because hey, let's say if your stepsister fuck you, right, or your stepmom fuck you, they have to keep it a secret, right? Especially stepmom, if she fucks you, she better keep that shit a secret. This is like a secret between you and her, right? So she ain't gonna call the police. She ain't gonna tell daddy. You know, she ain't gonna tell my dad. She ain't gonna tell nobody.
Okay, so the thing that appeals to him most about incest porn is that in this hypothetical, if the woman feels assaulted, she can't tell anyone. Oh my god. This isn't a kink thing. This is not a kink thing. This is a fucked up thing. This is so fucked. Shady Shroomy says he's worried about his girlfriend calling the police more than his own stepmother. Oh, he literally said it. Fuck.
You know, she swallows it. She's just gonna swallow my shit. She ain't gonna...
I hope that wasn't literal.
Tell nobody, right? Same thing with sister, right? I mean, she would be too embarrassed to tell people, oh, I fucked my own brother. She's not going to say that, right? She's not going to tell people that, you know? So...
Yo80 says, I mean, unconsensual sex where one person takes advantage of a drunk person does happen, But if you don't take advantage of people who are unable to process the situation, you don't get arrested. Yeah, that's more what I was saying. I wasn't saying that doesn't happen. I'm saying the situation as he puts it out does not happen. He was implying that she was a fully able, consenting person in the sexual encounter and then just, like, changed her mind, which does not happen.
So it's sort of like, it makes you feel more secure. You know, you feel safe when you're watching this incest porno. You know, it makes you feel safer because you know the secret stays inside the family. She ain't gonna tell nobody, right? She's not gonna call the police on you. She's not gonna turn around and blackmail you. You know, sometimes you date a regular girl, because I date a regular girl, right? I let a girl live in my house, and then she blackmailed me. She said, "You don't give me some few $1,000s, I'm gonna call the police. You know, like I'm gonna tell the police that you beat me or something. You know, oh shit like that." It happened to me once. That I don't know. That after that, I never. I mean, I never want to. I don't allow girls to live in my house anymore. But that's just my point of view. I think.
Oh no, Baja's dad is here. Hi. I'm glad you weren't here earlier, because holy shit.
Incest porno could only grow in popularity.
Oh, no, here it is. Yeah, I'm not gonna... You know,
I mean, nowadays, men simply don't trust women anymore. You know, men simply don't trust women anymore, and every man who watches porno feels sorry for themselves. So they need the sympathy of a stepsister or a stepmother, you know, and they also need you, the stepsister and stepmother, to keep it a secret. Don't call.
What the fucking fuck? Rageology says, oh, for 15 minutes ago when we thought he just found a stepmom physically attractive innocent times.
Call the police on me. Don't tell nobody after we start done fucking, and you know. Anyway, leave a comment. You know, well, tell me what you think.
You know what? That one gets that's a standing ovation. That's one of the weirdest fucking videos I've ever seen on the internet. That was terrible. Oh my god, what the hell is that guy's fucking problem? What the fuck? Well, that goes, okay, Hall of Fame. Yep.
Or something. I discovered there's so much incest porn. I was shocked. I was surprised. You know, back in the day, mother and stepsisters. How come?
Hey, chew! Let me get a screenshot of this, and then we'll yeah, then we won't be dealing with this for a while. Nick says comments. Okay. Oh no, this person is not gonna lie. I can't wait till we get robot waifus to cook and clean. That'll be the day. This person says, Alex, you should watch the South Korean movie Old Boy. It's a great film. Anyone who's seen that movie will get the joke. Felix says, what's the difference between the Hall of Shame and the Hall of Fame again? Hall of Fame is stuff that makes me laugh. Hall of Shame makes me mad. Alright, what else has he got? Oh no, he's got another video about incest porn!
What's up? This is Alex Chu. Coming at you with another episode. This episode, I want to talk
This one is called How Immortality Rings Help You Enjoy Incest Porn a Lot More.
about. I want to talk about how my rings help me enjoy incest porn. Okay.
Thesis statement! He nailed it!
Hold on, turn on the lights here. But before I talk about that, I want to tell you, my name is Alex Chu. I'm the guy who invented physical mortality rings. These are rings that you put on your small fingers during sleep. You wear them, you don't age anymore. For example, I'm already 50, right? In half a year, I'll be 51. I still look pretty young. I still sound very young, right?
You look good for your age, but yeah, you've aged. Alex. Is his name Alex? It is. Slow Dog said, could we find one of his cheerier videos, like with the fascism?
My voice never...
Yeah, we can do a different video of his. He made his own version of the Imperial March that he made. That XY girl says, Hannah, if you die of laughter, you've brought it upon yourself. True. Well, that's subjectively worse than the John Williams one. Can his videos be used against him in a court of law? If he committed a crime, probably. To prove, like, premeditation? Sure. Oh my goodness. He's got politics stuff I could do. What's... How about this? This is a video from 2 days ago. It just says my experience with a new virus variant. It's only 5 minutes long. Then I'll move on. Rubblum says incest, putting the U in your mama. Gross. Darker White says, okay, so far I've not heard anything that makes Alex a Nazi. Of course, I just stepped out for a few minutes, so I could be wrong. We haven't gotten to that stuff.
Sup? This is Alex Chu. Coming at you with another episode. This episode, I just want to tell you my progress with the, the virus, the Delta. I don't know. I believe I caught that, okay, a few days ago. But before I talk about it, I just want to tell you, my name is Alex Chu. I'm the guy who invented physical mortality rings. These are rings that you put on your small fingers during sleep. You wear them, you don't age anymore. You become physically immortal. For example, I'm already 50, right? I still look pretty good. See, I don't need to grow a beard to cover up my puffy face because I don't have a puffy face. See?
Yeah, being fat and getting older do not have to go hand in hand. Yes, you're still thin, but you are aging.
My face is very sharp and chiseled, right? See, I'm pretty skinny for a 50-year-old man, right? See? I don't work out, never work out. You can tell. I don't have any muscles on my belly. My only working out is cooking. That's about it, So
cooking is the opposite of working out. What?
So if you go to my website, livemuchlonger.com, okay, you can see lots of testimonials from Amazon customers. Most of them give me 4 stars, 5 stars. You want to look like me when you're 50? Livemuchlonger.com, livemuchlonger.com. Buy a pair of these rings. Yeah, I got that, I don't know, I fell sick. I got sick, 3 days ago or something? Yeah, a headache, and then sneezing, and then...
You probably had a cold. I don't think you had COVID.
Then I had headache. I was lying on the bed, right? Got this headache. It kept me awake for 3 hours. Luckily, right here. Luckily, I have this machine right here, that I can put this near my head, right? And It can it kind of, I don't know, make me feel better. It's like when the machine is running, the headaches sort of just die down. Not, you can't put it too near. If you put it too near to this, I still have a headache. I have to put it like 24 inches away. Then, yeah.
He thinks he invented an anti-headache machine that has to be exactly 24 inches away from his head to work. Alright. Carney says, just showed up. What is this? Oh, you missed the greatest video we've ever seen on this channel. That's a shame.
You have to know the function of the machine in order to know why that happens. But anyway.
You gotta check out his website.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
so
okay, after the video.
I had a headache for 3 hours and I fell asleep. Wake up the next morning, no more headache, a little bit of sneezing. Like, I don't know what you call it. Sniff?
You didn't have COVID.
Somebody said this is called sniff. Okay, sniff. And then that's about it, Then the very next day, right? I had a little bit of sore throat, a little bit. This is so much better than the first time I caught it, The first time I caught it, it was like March of 2020. Oh, that one, I got sore throat. Like, oh my God, I never, like the whole throat right here hurts. I didn't know what happened. This time it was just like a little bit right here, but it's not.
His machine cures COVID. And Colston says, it's kind of sad this guy is like this. I assume he means sad. He's not bad looking, and I'm sure he'd be a catch if he wasn't so creepy. Also, is he related to Jillian by any chance? Maybe they can get together and bond over their hatred of aging. I don't think so.
It doesn't hurt.
They would just get in a fight because she would say Jilly juice cures aging, and he would say, no, my rings do.
Hurts until you swallow something. It doesn't hurt until I try to swallow some water or swallow food or something. Then a little bit, like right here, a little bit, just on the side, right here. And then that whole day I felt a little strange. It's like, am I sick, or I don't know. It's like, or did I sleep? Did I drink too much alcohol? I don't know. It just felt a little weird that day. And then at nights, that because this sore throat right here, it sort of did give me a little bit of asthma, like a little bit, like I had a little bit, it's wheezing, And then the very next day, no more sore throat. Everything's fine, everything is fine. So, yeah. But I think it's because I got this before. I caught the first wave. I caught it 3 times now, okay? 2020 March, and then 2000, and in March of.
Does he just think every time he's gotten sick since the beginning of COVID means he had COVID all 3 times? You probably just had a cold multiple times or something similar.
2021, I believe, yeah. Just five months ago I caught it. And then now I believe this is the Delta one. I'm not sure. The
just feels Delta-y.
You saw how many people died in India, right? Like what, 2 months ago or something, or 3 months ago. And this one I believe is the one from India. I'm not sure, but luckily, well, yeah. So it affected me 2 days. Okay, I felt a little strange for 2 days. I mean, especially the first day, the headache. Yeah, I felt that. Ooh, that's not fun. But yeah, that's all. Just want to. Today I felt fine. I just want to tell you that. If you like my channel, please subscribe.
Oh, this guy's hilarious.
嗨，各位好，我是屈元君。今天呢，我想跟大家介绍。
He makes videos in whatever language that is. We're done with his videos for the day, though, because damn. This is his website. I assume there isn't a night mode. Oh, look. That's bad. Oh, look at it. Oh, God. God. I haven't seen a website this bad since, like, 2002, probably? Jesus. Alright, that's enough of Alex for now. Oh, this is another one. How to Unite the Entire World, the World Corporation Plan. Copyright 2000 by Alex Chu. It's copyrighted, but it's okay. Looks like it hasn't been redesigned since 1998. How's he a Nazi? We didn't get to any of his Nazi videos, which is a shame. We'll have to get to those another day. You think this guy's version of asking someone out is to ask them to marry his dad? What? Jamie Lynn, thanks for 4 months. In the near future, the USA will fight a nuclear World War III with China, and this is, I guess, the drawing he did of it. Both sides will be severely destroyed. People are finally tired of war. It doesn't matter who wins or who loses. People want the war to stop. How do we make sure that China will never nuke us again? How do we make sure that Americans will not nuke us again? If a nuclear bomb had been dropped on New York, the entire state will become a wasteland where nobody dares to live for the next 50 years. Nobody dares to go to New York to pick up rotting corpses because if it's a nuclear bomb, they're gonna get vaporized immediately. I guess on the outer perimeter, whatever. Anyway. Lots of people who lived in Virginia, Maryland, and New Jersey moved to the West because they're afraid of... Does he not understand the concept of mutually assured destruction? If there was nuclear arms being shot between nations, it wouldn't be a limited engagement, most likely. It would be the end of society as we understand it, if anyone survives. That's the time we should incorporate the countries which participated in World War III, consolidate the strongest countries like the USA, China, Russia, and Japan into one corporation. These countries can no longer declare war against each other. Another word, these nations became one single country, the corporation of the world. For example, USA, China, Russia, and Japan are consolidated into one huge corporation. This is the birth of the First World Corporation. We grant the dictator of China 3% of the corporation shares. We grant the United States president also 3% of corporation shares. The Japan prime minister or the Russian president will also receive 3% of the corporation shares. When the corporation goes public, they all become billionaires. What? This is his copyrighted plan to save the world. Nick says, this makes Andrew Tate beating up Spider-Man look competent. Von Tuck says his art looks like an Empress Teresa cover, and Dr. Gamble says, he's too mad to understand mad, Hannah. If anyone who holds lots of power disagrees to this incorporation of the world idea, we just buy him out with the corporation shares. Hey, if you support our incorporation of our country, you will be given 0.05% of the corporation shares within a few years. You'll become a billionaire. But, where's all this value going to come from? The world is a nuclear wasteland. Think about it, Mr. President. You only have 2 more years in office. If you don't want to become a billionaire, I'm sure the next president would be glad to. So do you want to walk out of office as a billionaire? Or do you let the next president become the billionaire? Are they going to pay off every president ever for the future? Because the next president will just be like, fuck this. This is the worst plan ever. How does this corporation of the world earn money? How does this corporation attract investors? What? The corporation of the world, just like any other government, will tax its citizens. What citizens? You nuked the planet. Part of the tax money will be given to the shareholders as dividends, profit. The corporation can reinvest the money collected from tax to conduct government business to earn more money for the corporation. Most of the tax money will be used to build our cities. Government projects don't make money, typically. The post office does, but there are stupid rules on them that make it difficult to run. What? How are you going to make a profit rebuilding cities after nukes? That's not how anything works. If our cities, our medical technology, our education improves, our economy also improves. If our economy improves, the corporation can collect more tax, more tax. It's like he invented a perpetual motion machine, but it's like a government and economic system. I just want to see the rest of the drawings. Oh, he wrote poems. Oh, good. Let's read some poems. Oh, he didn't write these poems. These are poems by different people, I think. Jesus Christ, Alex. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Alright. That's enough of this dude. He's frying my brain. Alright, let's look at the dude who drinks pee.
Take a seat, all you young Jedi Masters in training. All you young lads and laddises, be seated. We are about to begin. I'm getting an understanding of the moment. I'm getting a grip on the moment. Oh, that goes right there. I'm getting a handle on this moment. I have just declared the copyright of a slogan that came through me today, and I did the research and I found out the copyright expired, like somewhere back in 2003. The copyright expired, so I have reshaped it, put a modern spin on it.
Colston says, did someone say piss? Someone get Paul's ego on the phone. Olgar says, this guy looks like the kind of guy that would drink his own piss. And Red Werewolf says, I feel like there's a running theme tonight of people trying to rationalize fetishes.
And I'm going to show you this slogan. I now own the copyright. What I did was the same thing I've been doing for... Hi, I love you. This is how you own a copyright in the United States. You do a letter of declaration. Inside here is a letter of declaration.
You mail it to yourself. Kirthan says, not trying to comment on his looks unfairly, but he does look extra yellow to anyone. His his systems, he's probably super dehydrated, and his kidneys are working super fucking hard because he just keeps drinking pee over and over again, and it's just more and more concentrated waste that his body has to go through.
And it says something to the effect of, on this day, on September 1st, 2021, I claim ownership of the copyright of the intellectual property, aka slogan.
Yeah, that's kind of an old-timey way to do copyright. The proper way these days is to go through the Copyright Office and actually file so it's searchable by people. I'm assuming... Well, no, he said he did research and checked and said whatever it is was used, but the copyright lapsed, which can happen.
You see, I can show you.
Urine therapy does a body good. That was our... Does a body good was already the slogan for milk. Is he just gonna say he came up with a new slogan and it's got piss? Like, you can't just steal... You can't just steal...
Urine therapy does a body good. Copyright on this date. Pretty cool, huh? So, this is going to be mailed to myself. This is how...
H. Baird says, as soon as you create something that's copyrighted, however, registering it makes suing for infringement easier. Yeah.
It works. If you're in the United States, you want to know how to do a self-copyright. It's free, and it is as legal as going through the Copyright Office who will then do whatever they want with that. So, you make a letter to yourself from Brother Sage at that address to Brother Sage at that address, and put on a stamp. It's a forever stamp of people bebopping. And then if you want to put a cute sticker on the back like living water that matters. But the new stickers are going to say urine therapy does the body good. Mail it to yourself. It'll be postmarked right there. Never open it. If anybody ever questions your copyright, you have proof. You have legal proof. So that's what tonight's talk's all about. Make sure you carry some Shivambu containers with you at all times. You either want to get one that folds down, a silicone one, like the one from the Hideaway Company. I have one. Brother Matt Senna has one out in New York City, so you can count on him to discuss the Urine Nation conversation. Cheers, my friends. Have some water. Does a body good.
He needs some fucking water. Look at how yellow it is. Jesus Christ, dude. Drink a glass of water. Oh, man.
Hold on.
I don't think this is TOS. I don't. I think it's fine.
Don't hold on. Pour it down.
I'm gonna savor this moment where Chad is freaking out. Oh no! Oh god! Shabambu! Oh, he's swinging! He's swishing it in his mouth!
God, it feels good to be me. It feels good to be you. It feels good to feel the love present in this room. It feels great being in a soul suit on September 1st, 2021, and the Be Here Now magic
Slow Dog says worst ASMR ever.
moment with each and every one of you precious souls. Ring the bell for freedom. My prayer for you is now and always will be happiness.
If I need to say it, guys, don't drink your own urine. I shouldn't have to say this, but I need to be responsible, so I guess I should probably say, don't do that at home. Don't drink your own urine. It provides no health benefits to you whatsoever. It's just gonna hurt your kidneys, because it's just refiltering through the same stuff it already filtered. Don't do it. Don't drink pee. Unless you're like Bear Grylls in an emergency situation where you have no water, and even that's a stopgap at best, you know? Drink water, have some juice, an occasional soda, if you'd like. But mostly water. Drink water, please.
And freedom. Health.
Dude from Moria says, Hannah, I think this is the best stream I've experienced since I started watching regularly. Yeah. Yep. I like Madness Monday. I think it's going to come back. Lily Love Stuff says, Hannah, how are you ever going to top this stream? I probably won't. I've peaked. Sidosaurus says, I can smell him through the computer. Midnight says, chat, don't drink pee and don't take horse medicine. Agreed. Overthought with a link.
Piss.
What? It was 99 cents. Hydrate. Felix Night Owl says, just think of it as apple juice. Logarth says, let Pedum ring.
Happiness, freedom, prosperity, abundance, love, connection, all the goodies in life. I pray that...
What is water but future piss? The XY girl says, Hannah, how much to bribe you to avoid piss swigging? I mean, I'm not going to drink pee. Do you mean not showing his video?
And that blessing to all beings across the planet right now. May all beings be happy and free. May all beings send it out, ripple it out, use all your life force, your energy, your Shakti, all that you got in those beautiful tools called your hands, and send them out to bless and to energize all beings right now. Take a breath. It's a live stream. You can do things in real time you don't do in between time. And then remember to give some to yourself.
Tea with Goblin says, all we're saying is give pee a chance. Princess Amelia says, ew, I have actual apple juice in my fridge, and now I'm going to have to wait until I forgot about this before I can drink it.
Because you're just as precious.
You won't, because now I am putting the idea in your head that every time you look at that apple juice in your fridge, you're going to remember this moment where I told you, remember the piss? Do you remember that time that guy drank the piss? And your apple juice looks like the piss? You'll remember that every time you look at that apple juice.
If not more so, because if you're not here, none of this would make any sense to you. So thank you for coming here tonight and being in this blessed moment with me.
See, now it's a situation where it's like when someone tells you don't think of an elephant. Now you're going to think, I'm not going to think that. But the more you think that, you're going to have to think it. Okay?
And remember who you are. Remember your balance. Breathe, stay calm, trust, serve, 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 serve. Life is as easy as you say it is, as easy as you think it is. Life is as abundant and prosperous and wealthy as you say it is, and as you think it is. For what you think about, you will bring about. What you can conceive.
Alright, he's crazy. You get it. Bittergrin says there's a 100% chance that you've drunk dinosaur pee at some point. I mean, in the sense that water is recycled, sure. Felix Night Owl says, my Shakti, as in master? I thought she was killed by General Grievous. I don't watch Clone Wars. Hey, here's a cleanse, everyone. Happy Labor Day.
Please share, like, subscribe, Dancy Sings It for more parody songs. Thank you. Californians, why we're feeling so down? I said, Californians, pick yourself off the ground. I said, Californians, cause the governor let us down. There's need to recall the governor. Californians, there's no place you can go. I said, Californians, where there are many homeless people, you can stay there. I'm sure you will find crime rate has increased a lot. We caught governor again.
No! Can I just say, legitimately, whatever Dancy's doing with her hair looks nice. It does. Voice is still bad, though.
Gavin Newsom, we caught Governor Gavin Newsom. They have many things for you men to suffer. You don't want criminals fill the streets. Let's take that beautiful California. Let's take that beautiful California. We can make California safe. We can have good neighborhoods. We gotta take back our California. Californians, are you listening to me? I said, Californians, where do you want to live? I said, Californians, you can make real dreams, but you got to know this one thing. No man does it all by himself. I said, Californians, put your pride on the shelf. Just cast your vote to recall Gavin Newsom. I'm sure they can
God damn it!
help you today. Let's take that beautiful California. Let's take that beautiful California. They have many things for them to destroy. You can hang out with all the pages. We got Governor Gavin Newsom. We got Governor Gavin Newsom. We can make California safe. We can have good neighborhoods. We gotta take back California. Thank you.
She just ended that video very abruptly. She just said thank you and ended immediately. Logarth says, bitches be pissin'. Nick says, look at me, I'm the boss now. Procagom, thanks for gifting 10 tier 1 subs to the community. Purple Pondini, thank you for gifting 5 subs to the community. Logarth says, man, Michael Jackson has really fallen on some hard times.
Oh.
Von Tuck says, oh god, if Larry Elder wins, can I live in your backyard? No. I think that catches this up. Good. You have a hair tie?
No.
Could you get one? I'm very warm. I need to put my hair up. Thank you. Did I see the live action Rick and Morty promos? Yes. Are they doing like an actual live action episode or something as like a special, or is this just a promo?
Morty. Well, oh.
Oh, jeez. Rick, you did it again. Didn't you learn anything from last time? Oh, I thought you...
Are you kidding? Never. 100 years, Morty. 100 years. RickandMorty.com.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. So...
No, wait your turn, Jilly. I didn't press play on you. Nothing. Freaking Out says, can I have a link to the Danzy channel? I need it for research. Sure.
Goodbye, Cassie. She finally realized those are curtains and not actually a wall.
No, she's been through there before. Let's see what Lucas Werner is on about, for those who don't know. And yes, I checked these videos to make sure he doesn't use the N-word in them, because he sure does like that word, or at least he used to. Lucas is a man in his 40s who used to be obsessed with finding a millennial.
Oh my god, that's the same dude?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep. The videos I were showing you were mostly older videos.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
He looks like he aged 40 years.
Yeah. So, yes, he's the guy who goes on about telomerase, correct? So, this dude used to be obsessed with getting a millennial girlfriend.
some sobering thoughts as I'm watching the news.
That kiss unpaused a video. Thank you for putting my hair up. I appreciate it. So, this guy's in his 40s. He was obsessed with finding a millennial girlfriend, but good news, he got over that. Bad news, he got over it because now he's looking for a Gen Z girlfriend. He is currently looking for an 18 to 25-year-old girl. He's in his, like, mid-40s. He's...
Sick.
He's not okay. He's not okay.
He's
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah. So let's see what he's up to.
Oh no, he looks...
Ladies, why dude bros? Why do you hook up with dude bros? Why do you hook up with these dumbasses in baseball caps that got like 7 chicks riding with them?
Eek the Cat, thanks for subscribing for 3 months. Roblum says, here chat, have a song for your upcoming fail. Young man, there are leaves on the ground. I said, young man, there are leaves all around. You can eat them, and you'll make a cool sound when you put them in your leaf hole. I'm not gonna eat leaves. What? Nick says, is he the white Danny Trejo?
Just this week alone? Huh? Why? Why the dude bros? Why these idiots? They're the idiots that'll call you a simple whipping out a credit card to get honeys, which is simping to them. Oh, the honeys, you flock the monies. And you're complaining about that, and then you whip out a credit card to get them. dude pro behavior. The stuff where it's like, oh, Mark 23 and Matthew 6:24 is against money, but you're going to go with the guy with the money in the hot tub and you're flashing that gaudy ass white boy cross or black cross, you know what I mean? Like the hip hop crowd, the misogynistic assholes, the guys that are straight up like a MGTOW, you know, the women are the problem kind of guys. The guys that are all the same as everybody else, complaining about, oh, you'll go with me, you'll go with Lucas, they'll say, but you won't go with me, even though that's a complete and total lie. You just give in to these misogynists, don't you? Why the dude bros, ladies?
It's so funny that he's complaining about hypothetical MGTOW dudes who, like, come and they say, oh, you just want to be with other, like, but he's doing the same thing. He's describing his behavior. Oh, shit. Raid. Hello, Raiders. Welcome. Thanks for the raid. Everyone go check out Live. Go check out it. Since you changed your name on here, it always throws me off. Livagar. I've actually never heard you say the new channel name out loud since it was, live posting. Anyway, go check out Livagar. Thank you. I'm Hannah. I'm a trans leftist streamer. Someone tell me how to pronounce the newer Twitch channel name. Livagar. Thank you. Anyway, I'm a trans leftist streamer. I cover chuds on Chud Watch. I cover conspiracy theories on Tinfoil Tuesday. Today's actually the first episode of Madness Monday, where I'm just kind of looking at crazy people on the internet. It's very broad, so give me a follow if you like what you see. We just have a good time here. You missed the whole thing. Agar is pronounced like gay. Vontuk says, why the dude bros when you can have all this bitter Gen X man meat? Right now we're looking at Lucas Werner, who is a 40-year-old dude who's obsessed with getting with some 18-year-old girl. Any 18-year-old.
Why the dude bros? Because you like top 40 rap music that all sounds the same? You like gaudy-ass crosses despite your religion of faith? You're a bunch of hypocrites, dude bros. And your women are a bunch of hypocrites. You're the ones partying the hardiest out during COVID. Why the dude bros, though? Why the dude bros?
Take a shot every time he says dude bros. Bumble Homestead, thanks for gifting a sub. Jamie Lynn says, I thought this was an inclusive channel. If both parties are consenting, what does it matter if you date someone younger? I'm pansexual, age doesn't matter to me as long as you're an adult. Let me be clear, I don't care what consenting adults do. I care that he is a creep who objectifies women. It's not about the fact that he wants to date someone younger. I don't care if people have an age gap relationship as long as they're both informed and consenting to it and they're both of age. He is a creep. That is the main issue. He creepily hits on women who do not want him to do so. Nick says, broke, bro, woke, dude bro. Right before the raid, I think there was a something. I'm glad the raiders didn't come in while we were watching that video of the incest porn guy. I don't need that to be the first impression. H. Baird says, I feel like there's a deeper lore here I'm not aware of. Yeah, there's a lot with Lucas.
How do you...
And Jamie Lynn says, okay.
Just go through life and not feel like people half the time are just getting dumber and dumber, or meaner and meaner, or just unhealthier and unhealthier. Then you look at all the studies from 1975. How do you as a...
I'm done with Lucas Werner. Let's watch this guy claim that Sylvester Stallone and his mom are psychic Hollywood Freemasons.
Some old footage back from 1991 with Sylvester Stallone at this Achievement Awards for Kirk Douglas.
All the heroes,
he's standing in a room full of people.
None of them had a greater impact.
And he's flashing all these Masonic hand signs
Rocky,
from the all-seeing eye.
Oh my god. Okay, for those who are here from the raid, for those who don't know, I keep a log of different things that the conspiracy theorists say are Freemason symbols. So far, I have the color orange, the number 33, butterflies, the sun, 5 pointed stars, pyramids, eyes, the colors blue and gold together, the colors black and white together, covering one eye, rock on hand symbol, you know, the woo, you know the one I'm talking about. Crowns, spirals, the moon, magic circles, Shakespeare, Freemason stairs, diamonds, big cat print clothing, like something with leopard print or whatever, lightning, Saturn, cages, pizza, backwards words, masks, arches, heart symbols, peace signs, red shoes, and 666 have all been claimed to be Freemason symbols in the time that I've been doing this show.
The 666 and the devil horns.
Hey, Michael, wherever
Oh, that's the rock on hand symbol.
you are, don't mess with your father. Hey, Michael, wherever you are, don't mess with your father.
And they don't call him Sly for no reason.
They call him Sly because his name is Sylvester, and Sly is short for Sylvester, as we all learned from one of the greatest films of all time, Baby Geniuses. Nick, thanks for 30 bits, says, is this call for a store brand? No, this is RV Truth. This is a conspiracy channel we've covered before.
That's like an inside joke with the fellow Masons, with Sly meaning having a deceitful nature.
No! Okay, it's, you know what, it's even in the title. Okay, see how Sylvester Stallone, you see how Sylvester is spelled Sylvester? If you flip the second and third letters, it becomes Sly. Sly is short for Sylvester. It's a nickname. Tea with Goblin says, okay, but Jackie Stallone did think she could read people's fortunes through their butts. Story is a little way down the page. She was a member of that workout group. What did they call themselves? The Silver Foxes or something? That's very funny.
Clever in a dishonest way, and showing that you know a secret. Just take a look at his mother, Jacqueline Stallone. She's a well-known astrologer.
In fairness to Sylvester Stallone, he has bombed far fewer children than George W. Bush or Obama. Fewer. Not zero, but fewer.
And is a psychic. And taking a look at some of these predictions from her website that came true. From the O.J. Simpson case, to the Tony Blair elections, to Bush back in 2000.
Ooh. Now list the time she was wrong. That's usually the longer list for psychics, is their failed predictions.
And winning the elections by 200 votes. To knowing the color and the make of the car of the victims from the Washington, D.C. snipers. And how does she know this? This is all about deception. She's an insider. You know, she's one of them as well, of course. And she has inside information. These were all psyops. The elections are all fixed. They're all rigged. And her being in the inside, she's going to be privy to this information. So again,
if the cabal is wide enough, like okay, in these conspiracies, usually a big problem is the scope of them. Like, I can believe that there could be a conspiracy of like a tight-knit group, theoretically. I don't think it usually works out because, as they say, the only way 3 people can keep a secret is if 2 of them are dead. People talk, you know? But let's even say, sure, a group of like under a dozen people have some conspiracy. That's happened in history before, so I can believe it. Lily Love Stuff with 30 bits says, so she read O.J. Simpson's butthole? Yeah, and while she was doing it, he was like, by the way, did I tell you I'm gonna kill my ex-wife. Anyway, but according to this person, the inside cabal that is this, like, evil group is so large and so inclusive that not only is Sylvester Stallone included, and again, I like, Sylvester Stallone has made good movies. The first Rocky movie, the fourth Rocky movie, the sixth Rocky movie, First Blood. I'm sure he's been in other good movies. The point is, oh, cliffhanger. And the one where he arm wrestles. Anyway, not only is he in the cabal and knows all the inside secrets, his mom knows. Why is Jackie Stallone powerful enough to know inside secrets about who's going to win the presidency? If Jackie Stallone is in on the conspiracy, that means that tens of thousands of people are in on the conspiracy. Like, if we have, like, concentric circles of fame, and they're kind of nested in each other like those Russian nesting dolls, and at the center is the most famous and powerful people. In here we have, like, presidents, world leaders, then maybe the circle outside that we have, like, Congress people, and powerful, wealthy people. Then maybe we have, like, general celebrities. Like, Sylvester Stallone's mom is, like, a circle way out here, which would mean tens of thousands of people are in on this. You know, someone's talking.
And they're all playing us for fools. They're all connected. All these so-called elite and their bloodline and their families and their friends.
Look, I used a morph program to do the thing a morph program does. Does this prove a thing?
Friends. They're all playing the masses for
that was
bloodline
what?
And their families and their friends.
They're circling the God Delusion by Richard Dawkins as if it's like, ooh, it's a background thing. If I remember this episode correctly, because this was when I was back still watching Family Guy, which was a terrible life choice. I believe this is an episode where Brian falls in love with this woman, and Brian is like a pretentious asshole. Like, I've read The God Delusion back in high school, because I was an edgy atheist, you know? I'm still not religious, but, you know, I was in that stage of, like, I'm a teenager, and I think I'm smarter than everyone because I'm not religious. So I read that book. Richard Dawkins is a huge piece of shit. But in this episode, I think they both reach for the book, and that's the catalyst for them meeting each other. It's not a secret that it's there. It's literally a plot device. And then over here, we have a Freemason symbol, which is literally just a symbol of, you know, the all-seeing eye triangle thing. Doesn't mean anything.
They're all playing the masses for fools.
Let me see. Someone wrote, it looks like the Illuminati or something on the chalkboard in an episode of Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, in some sort of DuckTales thing, or something with Scrooge McDuck. It says, ask about Illuminati. This is claiming that there are 6s in the Walt Disney logo, and that's literally just Goofy with a skateboard with an eye on it.
And this is the way they do it.
Fella Dude Man, thanks for 3 months, says, what an amazing day to celebrate 3-month anniversary. Incest-loving immortal Nazis. I can die now.
Showing their allegiance, working together. These Satanists in Hollywood, they wouldn't be where they are unless they're a part of that club.
It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
I hate when conspiracy theorists use George Carlin. Guys, he's not talking about the fucking Illuminati. He's talking about global wealth. He's talking about, like, the global rich elite. He's not talking about some secretive club. He's literally just talking about the people at the top of the economic hierarchy in which we find ourselves. He's not being shadowy about it. Jesus Christ.
It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
Wait, you think George Carlin is in on it, but you also think he's on stage talking about it at every show? What?
Keep us asleep, keep us...
Oh, look, someone doesn't understand They Live.
Selfish keep us sedated.
They Live is also about capitalism. John Carpenter has literally said that. I hate these people. So what's this? Someone sent this. Parents furious after library uses actor in monkey costume with fake penis to encourage kids to read. Feels like an algorithm wrote this article. Hi, kitties.
It did.
It did?
Comic Sans.
What's Comic Sans?
I think it's satire.
Oh, okay. That's hilarious. Parents in East London, England were up in arms when an actor wearing a monkey costume complete with a fake penis showed up at the local library as part of a program meant to encourage children to read. The Summer Reading Challenge is a popular education contest held in libraries in the UK. This year's theme for the Good Maze Library in Redbridge was Wild World Heroes, and the actor who showed up to launch the contest included someone dressed as a strawberry, another as a frog, and a monkey.
Danzy broke my dad's computer, so... Seriously, after, because of Danzy, it blue screened your death.
Yep.
Because the speakers made the computer get hot.
She's too powerful. Tell him I said I'm sorry.
I'm sure it's fine. My brother also wanted to know if you dyed your hair, and I was like, no, it's
No, it's the lighting. I'm still fucking with the camera. I don't know how I can... Makes my hair look way darker than it is. And I don't hate it. I don't think it looks bad. I just prefer it to look accurate.
Oh, it was before when it looked redder because this light was on. This is pretty accurate. Your hair is dark.
I would love a detailed breakdown of the commission process whereby Redbridge Council commissioned the Rainbow Dildo Butt Monkey as a means to teach children to read. This can't be... You're sure... This is satire.
I thought so.
Mark Zuckerberg with 12 months says, and that's a anniversary. Thank you. This is still funny.
You're funny.
Rainbow Dildo Butt Monkey. Why is he a dildo butt monkey? I mean, he's got a penis in that one. Alright. Profane Priestess says, what? That line was preceded by an entire rant bit about capitalists using their wealth to manufacture consent through lobbying and control over the media. George Carlin is brilliant, but he's not subtle. Also, Carpenter is literally a Marxist. Princess Amelia says, I can tell you, Janice Turner is a very real British journalist. Funny. What's Jilly of Jilly Juice up to? For those who don't know, Gillian Epperly is a woman who invented what she thinks is a immortality potion that can also regrow limbs and organs. It can cure your homosexuality or cure your transness. And this magical potion is created by putting chopped up kale and cabbage into salt water and then fermenting it and drinking a gallon a day. She wants you to drink a gallon of salt water a day, and it gives you crazy diarrhea that she calls waterfalls. So let's see what she's up to.
And, I'm feeling all the different viral...
Lily Lovestuff says, it is real. The library hired a troupe of entertainers without checking to make sure they were child appropriate. That's pretty funny if it is true then.
Energy that is just floating.
They dealt with it before any kids saw it? Oh, okay, it's a non-issue then. That's still funny. Hydrate. Johnny Dice, thanks for 5 months, says, don't go chasing waterfalls, fam. Jamie Lynn says, there's a cure for transgender? That would make my life easier. Less fun, but easier. Yeah. Oopsie.
Through my universe, can't get away from it. It's pretty, I don't know, and more than sobering. It's just like, it's, I wish I could figure out a word. Self-evident. It is very self-evident right now what's going on. Like watching the news right now with New York being under a torrential flow of water, like torrential. Seeing the new hurricane out there in the Atlantic, Hurricane Larry, knowing all the devastation, what's going on in Louisiana. I know that the Northeast, like Ohio, is going to be under a super amount of snow. It's going to be freaking cold. This is like, and then feeling the viral stuff, feeling the arm pain. I don't have any eye pain. My husband feels eye pain and stuff. But last night, it was pretty intense. The arm pain, like shoulder arm pain.
Shouldn't your Jilly juice be fixing you? This just sounds like a depressing video. Let me see if she has something less depressing about actual real-world problems. D with Goblin says, don't go pooping waterfalls. Just stick to the juices you're used to. I feel like you're missing a little bit in there, but it's a work in progress. Jamie Lynn says, does she know about pee? It's free, and she wouldn't have to buy all the ingredients to make her drink. Isaac Inanimate with 100 bits says, choo-choo, because we're on a hype train. Empty the Tank says, I usually wouldn't comment on what someone looks like, but I'm genuinely worried about Jillian. She looks incredibly lethargic and puffy. I don't know what that indicates. Probably indicates she's been drinking a gallon of salt water a day for the past decade, if I had to guess. Miss K's, thanks for 100 bits. Screw it. Let's just go our most popular videos. T with Goblin says, last of my bits for the hype train. Nice. 69. Thank you. Here's her trying to explain the difference between waterfalls and diarrhea. There is no difference. Waterfalls are just what she calls diarrhea.
Hey everybody, so I want to just really quickly go over the difference between waterfalls and diarrhea so there is no mistake about the difference between the two because they are not the same. They may have very similar characteristics only because there is an action that is going on, but you have to know what precipitated the event to begin with. So that also has to do with what exactly triggered that event, and then what it is that you're taking in.
This is her 3 years ago, for reference, compared to the last video, which is from, like, yesterday.
Felix
Night Owl with 100 bits says, 100 biddies if you use an Ace Ventura voice to say... I don't know, what Ace Ventura voice, in what way? Do you know the dolphin? Does he call you at home? Do you have a dorsal fin? I don't know what an Ace Ventura voice would mean. And I've seen Ace Ventura.
Contributed to the triggering of the event. So, when you get diarrhea, and you ate something that was poisonous to your body, and then let's say it was food poisoning, like a bacteria, and so the body is going to take from your system what you already have, whatever electrolytes that are already in your body, which isn't much for those that are getting sick, and it's taking all the moisture out of your body to then go after that offending toxin. So then you get depleted of your electrolytes because the body is taking all the electrolytes and the minerals and it's taking all the water. And so then you're left dehydrated, having to then go to the hospital.
Right, but what dehydrates you is the fact that all that moisture is coming out of your body in the form of diarrhea. The same thing happens with your waterfalls because it's literally just diarrhea. And on top of that, you're having people consume large amounts of salt water, which also dehydrates you. Isn't hard to understand. iMiracle165, thanks for 100 bits. Princess Amelia says, so of our two immortality solution, one makes you shit yourself to death and the other gets you addicted to incest porn? Yes. I think I'll go with the other guys. I really don't like diarrhea. Speedy Yoshi says, we don't talk about the ending of Ace Ventura in this chat. True.
To go get rehydrated with those saline bags. And you feel like crap when you are, when you have diarrhea. Okay, so that's diarrhea. And that actually causes you to be dehydrated. So when you get food poisoning and you're shitting in the toilet for like hours and hours and hours, your body is taking from your system. You're not adding anything to your system to contribute to that event. Your body is taking what it already has.
The only thing you're adding to your system with Jilly Juice is salty cabbage water. The salt is leaching the moisture from your body because the water in your cells is drawn to... Oh, wait, no. Yes? No. I feel like Baja can clarify this for me. Is water not drawn to higher concentrations of salt? I'm pretty sure it is. So it's like sucking the water as you go. It's gonna like suck the water from your fucking body and make you have to shit even more.
But it's not much.
Osmosis. Speedy Yoshi says, you could either drink a bunch of salt water or just go to a Smash Brothers tournament. Either way, you're gonna be fucking drowning in salt.
Or you wouldn't be getting sick in the first place, okay? Waterfalls, completely different mechanism. You're taking in... These are the electrolytes. You're bringing this in. This is what's going to trigger waterfalls.
Yeah, you're drinking salt water with fermented cabbage.
This is cabbage.
Electrolytes is literally just salt. I think we've all seen Idiocracy. iMiracle says, running through the gutter with the piece of bread and butter diarrhea.
Water and salt and kale. I actually have this in a 24-hour ferment on Thursday, and then Friday I didn't put it back in the fridge. I kept it out the whole weekend that I was gone, and then it came back and it was super fermented. It almost had a really trippy, I would say very pungent smell to this, okay? So this is what causes waterfalls. This is very different. This is electrolytes. This is what you'd be going to the hospital for in a saline bag, but you're not going to get all the nutrients in a...
I'm going to go ahead and point out that no, Jilly Juice is not the same as a saline bag. Bardlock Moses with 100 bits. Speedy Yoshi says, I think that by the time she dies, all the fermented cabbage salt water will have pickled her. Felix Night Owl says, Dolphin Trainer Ace.
Don't play.
I can't just play a clip from Ace Ventura.
Saline bag. All you're getting in the B. Braun Maga saline bag is just dextrose and saline water. That's it. You're not getting the nutrients from the cabbage and kale. So you may in the hospital get rehydrated, but you're not going to get the building blocks to repair the damage that the mutations from the flu and the dehydration caused you when you were when you had to go get admitted to the hospital to begin with. So this is actually going to reinfuse your body with electrolytes, create antibodies to then go after the offending toxins that is causing your issues, and it cleans the pipes out. So that's why your body goes into...
She's so full of it. No, she's not. She's very empty. Are you not listening? She shits her brains out every day.
An immune response, which is basically clearing out your intestines, healing and sealing your gut so then you can absorb more nutrition to then repair the damage that was
Nick
done.
Says you're an offending toxin,
so
Jill.
That's the difference. So we're giving our body the carrier force, which is the water and the salt, and then also the nutrition.
Radiology, thanks for 100 bits.
That is then going to cause, your body to then release and kill out anything that doesn't belong. The foreign objects, the parasites, the fungus, the virus microbes, the bacteria, everything. Even the extra heavy metals that you guys accumulate over time. Because you know why you have heavy metal poisoning is because your gut is not able to filter out the excess heavy metals. And guess what? You are harboring...
Okay, I'm over her. Let's do this sovereign citizen person and then probably call it a night.
This information does not constitute legal advice. This is for education and entertainment purposes only.
Okay, it's your boy King Rico from Test of Freedom. I want to explain to you.
Hold on, I've been responding to this person, the same person that's here. We've been arguing on the comments because I'm an idiot.
people why you're not getting it is probably because you don't understand jurisdiction. Jurisdiction is the key to all of this.
Isaac Inanimate with 50 bits says, so I'm seeing my intestine so I'm sealing my intestine so it absorbs more nutrients. Makes sense. Her comment there is based on the alt health belief in leaky gut syndrome. It's not a real thing, but that's what they think it is. They think people like literally have holes in their like intestines where stuff leaks out and it causes health problems. Not true.
Jurisdiction is the key to your freedoms being respected or your freedoms being infringed upon. So once you understand jurisdiction, there's two systems, judicial systems. There's the administrative system that's working under the Universal Commercial Code as companies, which is the police department, which is your local judge, and all these entities. So then there's the civil court, which is federal, which is where you want to be in. That protects. That's the supreme law of the land. That's the Constitution, and that's what protects your rights. So once they try and arraign you in court, telling you, here, appear on this ticket, you go there and they tell you, okay, sign this document. That document is critical. That's when the game starts. You do not.
It's not a game, it's the legal system.
I don't want to sign that document because you are signing over your jurisdiction.
They already have jurisdiction under you, or over you rather. They're the court. They already have jurisdiction. You signing that, whatever document you're even talking about, does not give them jurisdiction. They have jurisdiction because you committed some sort of traffic infraction or offense or whatever in the area where they have jurisdiction.
To be governed.
Isaac Inanimate says, in real life, if your gut is leaking into your blood, you're literally dying. People will believe anything. Yeah.
By their rules that you don't have a fucking clue on how they work, and if you do this, then you're relying on them to help you seek justice against them. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, because we have, again, I hate to quote the Joker, we live in a society where the judicial system handles matters of law, interpretation of the law, enforcement of the law. So yeah, we have an adversarial justice system where you go in, you're presumed innocent in crimes, and then you defend yourself as they try and prosecute you. It's pretty easy to understand.
If someone's doing something wrong to you and you're asking the same person that's doing something wrong to you to help you fight them, no, you have to go to the other system. The other system is the federal system. Now, does it make sense? You have to file a lawsuit against them. You file a lawsuit against them, and since that's being the superior court, that being over their local jurisdiction, all other court.
H. Baird says, I sometimes wonder if future historians will look that all the philosophers of our age were weirdos ranting in the front seat of their cars. I hope not. I hope the internet gets deleted and everything on it is forgotten.
Have to
thanks, dude, from Moria.
Give way to the higher court, which is the federal court. Now your grievances are going to be held in federal court. Now they're going to try to you turn the tables on them. Just then you turn the tables on them. Because if you have not committed a crime...
I'm going to one of his other videos because this is boring.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy King Rico. I want to give a shout out to the folks at Tactical Guns and Ammo here in Calhoun for selling me this badass gun. I love it. I love it. Now this is
just him shooting a fucking gun. We watched a video of his the other day, so that was good. It was him and I think his girlfriend or wife.
Of law. We did about how Hey everybody.
Of course he's a
Mary
good guy.
here with
Yeah.
Test of Freedom. Today, let's talk about common law. In America, there exists a 233-year-old constitution that is derived from the Magna Carta. It is known as
Derived from the Magna Carta, if they weren't a sovereign citizen, you could maybe argue in the sense that the Magna Carta was a document that set up like a constitutional monarchy in the UK, right? And made law separate from the will of the monarch. You know what I mean? So you could argue that the Constitution is a descendant of the Magna Carta in that ideological sense that we have a system of laws that are set up based on this legal document, right? I'm afraid that's not what she means, though, because I've seen sovereign citizens try and quote the Magna Carta as if it has some sort of legal authority in America. It doesn't.
common law, and it is the true law as men and women of this land. It states that the power lies with we the people, and all it requires from you.
The power lies with we the people in an electoral representative democracy to elect people to go to Congress or our local state senates to create laws. But that does not mean you, the individual, gets to determine what the law is. It means society as a whole does.
You is that you do no harm to your fellow man or woman, that you behave with integrity, and that you speak with truth. These are your only bonds.
None of those are in the Constitution.
To be a good person. It states that the law should be an instrument of justice, not of domination and control. Our government should take note. Common law was created to protect the common people of this land. It is common sense, which is something that we haven't seen much of this year. Common law
Oh no, are they anti-maskers?
empowers you as an individual, a sovereign being. The complex and convoluted legislation used by our governments are created for the exact opposite purpose, to make us feel small and unintelligent, and like
No, you're projecting your insecurity very, very hard. No. We have a very complicated legal system because society itself is very complicated and requires very specific laws for very specific scenarios, because it turns out we live under a system where we legislate laws, but also as time goes on and issues are litigated under common law, which is what we have, rulings in one court case will affect rulings and interpretations of the law in all lower courts. So if precedent is set at the Supreme Court, it applies to every court in the United States, which is why the Supreme Court is so important, because rulings made there affect everywhere in the United States. State Supreme Courts affect everything in their state, and then it, files down to the lower courts therein. Laws are not there to make you feel small or stupid. If the law makes you feel small or stupid, I'm sorry, that's a personal issue you have. It's not the intent.
like we can't fight our own battles. It's the reason that we as a people are so lost right now.
I think a lot of it has to do with people on Facebook thinking they know better than doctors, and people on YouTube thinking they know better than lawyers, actually. Princess Amelia says, the power lies with us, the people. Ma'am, are you going to pay the speeding ticket or aren't you? Carney01 says, I was going to say something about this, but you did way better than I could. Oh, thank you. Nick says, why did Louise Belcher go full sovereign Sith?
Because we have forgotten who we are and the power that we possess. And it's been orchestrated that way by the same...
By Bowtie Man! I knew Tucker Carlson was in on this.
People that have orchestrated this pandemic for the sole purpose of monetary gain and control of the masses. Under common law, the rules that they have been trying to implement during this pandemic.
Oh, God. God. I hate these people.
Are unlawful and unenforceable.
Nope.
Under a democratic republic, all legislation must be seen to be reasonable. And
all legislation must be constitutional. Doesn't have to be reasonable.
To balance the God-given rights of the individual with the needs of the people. We can protect a vulnerable population without these gross injustices on
gross injustices like wearing a small piece of cloth over my face.
Our freedom. We have God-given civil liberties.
No! Your civil liberties do not come from God. They come from the social construct that is the Bill of Rights. You have rights because we all agree to them as a society, and we empower the government to enforce those rights. Rights do not exist in a vacuum. They are a human construct. I hate when people act like rights exist outside of people. They don't. We decide what they are, and that's why it's important that we protect them, because they are fragile things. They are things that we say to each other, this is something we all deserve, regardless of who you are. It's important to keep that in mind, that those are things that are worth protecting, and why, and how, all that shit. Acting like these are supernatural is really, really stupid and I think dangerous.
Under the Constitution for the United States of America, which protects our rights to life as we know it.
Wait, do I have to protect these people's rights? I don't know if I want to protect these specific B-roll actors' rights, because they kind of are making me cringe. Did they tape a piece of paper over that dude's, like, Apple Watch for some reason? Kind of looks like they did.
Which protects our rights to life as we know it. Where has that gone? We have freedom from torture, and that includes mental torture. Freedom of assembly, as long as they say it's okay. Freedom of expression, as long as we don't say the wrong thing.
Oh my god, is this about you getting banned off fucking Twitter? Twitter isn't the government. They can ban you from their platform. If you don't like it, nationalize them.
These freedoms are being taken from us. We are being subverted away from our own sovereignty and towards...
Sovereignty? Do you mean sovereignty?
Their supremacy. To the President of the United States Corporation.
The United States isn't a corporation.
You are not our babysitter. Under common law, you quite literally own your rights. They are your property.
That doesn't mean anything. This is not a Marcel video. This is a different sovereign citizen.
And no person or group has the right to take your property without your authorization. We, the people, created the government, the courts, and the police force. We, the people, overstand those service corporations.
Overstand.
They were created to serve we, the people. So how have they managed to take these freedoms away from us when they are ours by divine right?
You do not have a divine right to anything.
Of course, it's been done through deception. The information that I am about to share with you, the 1% does not want you to hear.
Nick says, capitalism, lady.
Let me ask you a question. What is a democratic republic?
That would be a system that, for instance, the United States were a republic because they're made up of many individual states that have their own sovereignty to do their own laws and policies, whatever. But we all form a republic together, the United States, because our states are together in a government that is the federal government, and democratic because we vote in representative democracy for our representatives. Carney says, the voice actor is just reading it, spelling mistakes and all.
And do we live in one? Most people would agree that, yes, we do. Most people vote, and the preferred party governs. That is not a democratic republic. The origin of the words comes from the Greek and means the people rule.
Yes, that's the origin of democracy, but we do not live in a direct democracy. We live in a representative democracy. Democracy can have multiple meanings. That's why you have direct or representational. There are probably other versions that I'm not familiar with.
A democratic republic means that the people are in charge.
That absolutely was not the intent of the Founding Fathers. There's a reason the Electoral College exists.
And to be truly in charge, we must be in charge of our own laws. Common law, while man-made, is divinely guided because it is born of the conscience of the people. Our Constitution gave us the right to trial by jury to ensure that our laws are just. The same tried and tested comes from our common law. It means that legislation passed by the government
smells like cat food. Logarth says, representative democracy, where whoever has the most democracy, money, is represented.
has been tried by a jury of the people, tried against their conscience. And if it is found to be fair...
Not really against their conscience. The specifics about, like, a criminal jury trial. Kirthan says, you said that right after I fed my cats, Hannah. I can smell your house. It's my superpower. Not everyone's house. Just Kirthan's house. What was I talking about? Oh, the jury isn't deciding whether or not they think what the person did or didn't do was morally right or wrong. It's not their conscience. They're determining based on the facts that were presented at trial, is this person guilty or not guilty of the crime with which they've been charged. Like, jury nullification in theory is a thing. I think Jefferson talked about it. It's frowned upon by the judiciary. You're really only supposed to listen to, this is the law, this is what the law says, these are the criteria for being found guilty of this crime, based on the evidence presented by the prosecution and the defense presented by the defense team. Do you believe this person is guilty of this crime as defined in the statutes or whatever? You're not really supposed to bring your own personal judgment in terms of your conscience into it. You're just supposed to say, do these facts support the supposition that they are guilty? Kirthan, nope, read that one. Carney says, if trial by combat was in the Constitution, they say it was by God.
The law is allowed to pass. But if one person finds it to be...
Those are the thinnest handcuffs I think I've ever seen.
...unjust, that legislation can be removed. It's called annulment by jury.
Oh, she's gonna talk about jury nullification. Yeah, the courts don't like that. Did you give them, like, wet cat food?
No.
What smells like cat food?
I don't know.
Something smells like cat food.
Okay. I'm cooking food.
What food?
Chicken rice.
Oh, maybe the fake chicken smells like cat food.
I mean, there's no chicken in it. It's just.
Oh, I know.
Seasoning.
Okay, I don't know then.
And it is how
No idea.
government legislation is supposed to be kept in check. By we.
Andrew Dickerson says, what about the summation examination? Summation examination. Gonna have to Google that one. Give me a sec. Rachiology, thank you for gifting a sub. Appreciate it.
She's not under your desk.
Nope.
She must have found someplace to hide where I can't find her.
You're the only Ace Attorney oh, it's a reference, not a real thing.
We the people. Under Article 61 of the Magna Carta.
Stop citing the Magna Carta. The Magna Carta does not apply to the United States. We fought a whole war over this. Nick says, by that logic, one racist can get a murderer of a black man off the hook. They can. Yeah. Jury nullification is the thing.
Also have the right to withdraw their consent.
This is why the idea of jury nullification in the first place is dubious. And I've thought about this because I've been called to jury duty before. So I've thought about, like, okay, if let's say I got put on a jury and it was someone who was convicted of some non-violent drug-related crime. They had a bunch of weed on them. No priors. They literally just had weed on them, and they're being charged with possession of weed or whatever, even dealing. I wouldn't want that person to go to jail. I think that's a waste of time and money, and I'd be annoyed that I was there. So in my head, I think, well, I'll just vote not guilty. Fuck it. But if you go down that route and that becomes common, then everyone starts doing that for everything. And then you have the situation that someone else described. What if there's a real crime that happens against someone because of their race, and some racist piece of shit on the jury decides, well, fuck it. Whatever we want happens on the jury anyway. Not guilty. Now, some people are going to say, well, they're a piece of shit. They're going to do it anyway. I don't know. I don't know. It's just iffy. I try to avoid slippery slope arguments, but that's one where I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
For any government that is...
Is the sub goal counter broken? No, it just only counts new subs. That's how it's always been. So if it's a sub to someone who already had a sub, or it's a renewal, then it doesn't count it. Sometimes I think it also just doesn't count all of them. I don't know why.
Not prepared to hold up and support the Constitution. But these mechanisms for justice have been hidden from us and deliberately watered down.
You can hear her clicking in the background to like the next page of the script or whatever.
For no reason other than to dominate we the people, and to ensure that those that we appoint to serve us cannot be held accountable for their corruption. Make no mistake, they do not want you to know this. Because under common law, it is also your right to bring private prosecution free of charge against any public servant that has been involved in passing or forcing.
I don't think that's true. I'm pretty sure if you want to civilly sue a lawmaker, you need to pay for that. I don't think that's supposed to be free. Isaac Inanimate says jury nullification is cool.
legislation that is deemed to be
Why do juries have to be unanimous in the first place? To be super duper sure that the case is solid.
unfair by the people.
And I think it does vary depending on the severity of the crime and the jurisdiction, for the record.
Why do you think these truths are hidden from us? They don't teach this to us in our government schools. Because the more people who know, the more dangerous to these service corporations that seek to control us instead of serve us, this truth becomes. They rely on our ignorance. In fact, legally speaking, our silence is consent, and our ignorance is our compliance.
Goblin Lurker says, I think you would agree that our legal system is both fundamentally and historically racist, though. I feel like the slippery slope only works in some neutral thought experiment. That's true. I've never actually been selected for a jury before, though, luckily, so I haven't had to think about it too hard. I'll get back to you if I ever do get picked.
In other words, it's not their fault that we don't know our own rights. Most of us are afraid to speak up about how we feel because we fear repercussions. But I am a natural-born woman of this land. And this raises...
Sounds like a turf thing, but I think it's just a soft sit thing.
an important point.
That was a bad bra for her to wear with that shirt.
That under the laws of this land, common law, the rules of civil procedure do not apply to we the people. What does this mean? It means that a service corporation, an incorporated entity, which our government is.
No, it's not. Oh my god, we're not even halfway through. TubeMan says, I've been called in for jury duty 4 times now. I think I've been called in 3 times. I've just never actually been selected to sit on a jury. I never even got into the voir dire process, honestly. Voir dire. I sound very white, don't I? Voir dire. Where they do the jury selection. I only ever went and sat in the waiting room with the jury people.
Cannot bring civil action against a man or a woman. But they can bring civil action against another legal entity. And once your birth is registered, that is exactly what you are. And you receive a paper birth certificate with a registration number as proof of this. Society then raises you to believe that that legal entity, that piece of paper, is you. It is not. You are more than a name on a piece of paper.
Yeah, but the law still applies to you. Alright. I'm done with her. Jesus Christ. I missed the incest guy. At least he made me laugh.
Judge for denying that challenge, then attempting to sit.
Federal kind of interfere with somebody calling 911.
Worse is you think
That audio's terrible. Incest guy. Incest guy. Okay, we'll do one more incest guy video and then we're gonna call it a night. We gotta end strong.
What's up? This is Alex Chu, coming at you with another episode. This episode, I want to talk about how my rings help me enjoy incest porn, okay? Hold on, let me turn on the lights here. But before I talk about that, I want to tell you, my name is Alex Chu. I'm the guy who invented physical mortality rings. These are rings that you put on your small fingers during sleep. You wear them, you don't age anymore. For example, I'm already 50, right? In half a year, I'll be 51. I still look pretty young. I still sound very young, right? My voice never really changed. If you look at my belly, it's really smooth and thin. I have like 28 inch or 29 inch waist. And that has never changed ever since I was 19-year-old. So I've been 28 or 29 inches.
RH Brandon 1 was like, oh, someone's talking about incest porn. Follow. I'm just joking. Thanks for following.
For 30-some years. Imagine that. Okay? And if you go to my website, livemuchlonger.com, you know, I have lots of Amazon customer reviews. Most of them give me 4 stars, 5 stars. So you want to stay physically young? You want to look like me when you're 50? livemuchlonger.com.
His pants are unbuttoned. He doesn't button his pants. Hey, you know, you never know when incest porn is gonna strike, and he's just kind of... Cardi says, what the fuck? I introduced everyone to this guy earlier in the stream, and already coming back for more.
Longer.com. Link is at the bottom of this video.
Oh no! Good night, Mr. Blast. I'm sorry. Why do I continually forget that, like, my future father-in-law watches these streams? I'm sorry.
You know, it's not like I want to talk about incest porn. It's not that, okay? It's just that if I talk about politics, you know,
Rageology says the wiki article has a section on the Magna Carta's use in America if you want background. Alrighty. Logarth with a link. Thoughts and prayers. Target player gains 0 life. Funny.
For example, I always talk about, ooh, Kamala Harris and Biden, they're fucking up.
I've never heard someone mispronounce Kamala's name so badly.
You know, they leave the border wide open. But the problem is, you know, nobody wants to watch that shit, you know. Nobody wants to watch that. You know, my rating, I mean, my viewing, I mean, the clicks, right, is very, very low when I talk about politics. You know, I get 100 clicks or 200 clicks tops, you know. But then when I talk about stuff like incest porn, suddenly I get like 500 or 600 clicks, you know, within a few days, you know. So, duh, you know, I mean, I do want to promote my rings. I mean, I do want to make a video that people are watching, you know. So, okay, let's talk about incest porn, you know. I hope people enjoy this, at least a little more enjoyable, you know. We're not talking about politics, nothing heavy, you know. But my rings, yeah, it helps me watch incest. It helps me enjoy incest porn, okay? The reason is because when you're watching incest porn, right? See, the woman cannot... See, the problem with incest porn is that, you know, you want older women to be your mom, right? So the mom has to be around 40-year-old, you know? If you choose a woman that...
You're 50! What? Hydrate!
That's too young, you know, too sexy and too young, like 24-year-old, 25-year-old, very sexy, very nice skin, then it's not realistic. She's not even a MILF. She's not even 30, you know, and it's unrealistic, you know?
Can you use channel points to time this guy out? No.
Especially for viewers, okay, for audiences that are, you know, middle-aged. Like me, I'm 50-year-old, you know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, I look at this woman.
You're 50. If you want stepmother porn, you don't need MILFs. You need some GILFs.
she's 24, 25, very pretty, blonde, and very thin. Man, fuck this bitch. She can't be my mom, right? It's unrealistic, you know. But the problem with incest porn is that you can't. It's difficult to find women. You know, it's difficult to find women that are beautiful and sexy. You know, and also look a little older, and I'm talking about it's when the women reach 40, right? Usually when women reach 40.
Honestly, Alex, you say they look like they're in their 20s. Maybe they're 80 years old, but they have your rings. How would you know?
They already look like shit, you know. They have a pot belly, and then they gain. You know how a lot of men and women, you know, when they're 40-year-old, when they're 35 or 40, you know, when they shake their arms, you know, and then you can see a whole chunk of meat, like, just lacking, just hanging around there. See, I'm 50-year-old. I don't have that. See?
Yes, because you're thin. I don't even want to call him thin, because he's like a normal-sized dude, but in America we have, you know. He's conflated weight with age so closely, he cannot understand that he is still aging. He's just in decent shape. It's so weird.
I can shake my arm. You don't see no chunk of meat hanging. Or...
Isaac Inanimate says, I want my girlfriend to be my mom. Well, at least he's honest.
Anything. Look at that. You don't see no chunk of meat or anything. So a lot of 40-year-old women, when they do this, you could already see, you know, like meat hanging here. You know, it's gross. You know. So, but then because it's porn, you cannot just choose any 40-year-old. You know, if you choose any 40-year-old, then
Harold Elbow Man the fourth says, man, imagine if this immortal actually hit 150 and stayed this vain. I hope he's right. I hope this man goes down in the history. I hope he never dies. I hope this man has invented a cure for death, and he really is immortal, and this is who the history books have to write down as who invented immortality. Because the universe has gotten so stupid in the past 6 years, this is the only ending that makes sense.
The woman it's gross, you know, she's not even sexy, she's sort of chubby, and, you know, and...
He is a fascist, to my knowledge, yes. We haven't really covered any of those videos yet. Probably next week.
Viewers would lose interest, right? But then when you want a prettier woman who's 40, that's very difficult to find, you know? So they have to hire models that's 29 or 30 to be your mom, you know? And, yeah, it's especially if imagine if you're my age, you're 50-year-old, you're watching this shit, right? What the hell? It's a 29-year-old mom. It's a 29-year-old mother. That's not realistic, you know. But luckily, I have.
There are plenty.
The rings on, right? No, because I wear the rings. Although I'm 50, I mean, every day I look in the mirror and I sort of feel.
His rings are off right now. He's aging. Like, no wonder he looks older. He keeps taking off the rings.
Then I look in the mirror. I don't look 50, you know.
But what about, well, you age during the day? He is the expert.
I think of myself as only 25 or something. 25, 26 tops, you know? So it does help a little bit. I could try to imagine, okay, this woman, you know, she's very pretty. Is
this the villain of Shang-Chi? That's so funny, because for those who don't know, in Shang-Chi, the villain is a guy who uses rings to be immortal. Yeah. Shang-Chi is based on this guy. Fact. Or the villain.
30-year-old or 29 or 30. She could be 29. She could be 30. You know, but hey, I could try to imagine myself.
I want Shang-Chi to show up and try and fight this guy, and he just goes on a 2-hour monologue about incest porn.
Being her teenage son or something, you know? So the ring
highest grossing film of all time during a pandemic. because it's just a 2-hour monologue about incest porn.
Does help. You understand? It does, because you could imagine if I am a real 50-year-old. If I am 50, but if I am a 50-year-old man without the rings, I would look very, very old. And if I see a beautiful 29-year-old mom, it just...
Logard says the Mandarin. Nope, he's the mom doing.
Doesn't make sense anymore. You understand? It just doesn't make sense, and I won't be able to enjoy watching it. Same thing with the daddy video. You know, the incest porn with daddy videos. You know, like the daughter and daddy relationship.
I thought this was going a very different direction. More bi erasure.
I don't
know. Tube Man has used channel points to time out Logarth. Sorry, Logarth. See you in a little bit. Or if the video ends before then, I'll see you tomorrow.
No, if I think daughter one would be easier for older men, you know. For if I'm a 50-year-old man who doesn't wear my rings, then I would look very old. Then daughter one doesn't matter, you know, as long as the daughter is, you know, the daughter could be anywhere from 18 to 22, 23, I guess, you know. But usually the actress that act as daughters, they have to be teens. They have to be like 18 or 19-year-old, you know. They can't be any older. Any older is just sort of fake, you know. I think my rings, if it will help the most with sister video, because usually the sister video, the sisters look very young, you know. They look like teenagers. They look like, although all the actresses are 18-year-old and over, right? They try to pretend. They try to portray a child, you know. They try to portray somebody who still go to school, you know. You know what I'm talking about. They try to portray, you know, the sister to be a very young girl, you know. Portray, oh, she still go to school and stuff like that. And then you are the brother. You are her stepbrother or real brother or whatever, right? And
Pilfered Brimley, what did I walk into? Run away. Run away. We have a creepy guy talking about incest porn. Just run.
You could imagine if I don't wear it, if I don't have the rings. I'm 50. How could this be? You know, she's my sister, but then she's so young. I mean, she looked more like my daughter, right? It doesn't make sense anymore, you know. So the rings sort of does help me enjoy these incest porn, you know. I mean, without the rings, it will kind of suck, you know. I won't be able to watch the mother...
Thank God for his immortality rings, otherwise he wouldn't be able to enjoy incest porn half as much.
Video thing. I won't be able to watch the sister video thing. I don't like the sister video thing that much anyways. I don't know why. When I watch incest porn, I usually just watch the mother one. I like the mother one the most. The daughter one, like if I ran out of videos, I might switch to the daughter one once in a while, you know. Sister ones, I usually don't like the sister ones. Well, maybe it's because I do have a half sister, but she was so much younger than me. She was like 15 years younger than me, you know. And then she's also very cold, you know. I mean, I can't blame her. I mean, you know, I mean, she was my half sister from a different mother, you know. So I never speak to her. So I'm not familiar with the sister one. So I don't like the sister one that much. Daughter one, I don't have a daughter either. I don't have a daughter, but I could try to imagine myself having a daughter because I don't have a daughter. I really, so that's the reason why I like the mother one the most, I guess. I like the mother ones the most because my mom left me when I was only 4. I do have stepmothers, you know. My third stepmother, oh, she's very sexy, very gorgeous, nice body and everything, you know. She left my dad though, and then my first stepmother, she was also very pretty. She was a pretty girl. So I like the stepmother video the most, you know. Well, whatever, the mother video the most, you know. And then if I ran out of ideas, I would watch the daughter video, you know. And then if I really, really have nothing to do, I try to watch sister ones. But so far, I didn't find any good sister ones. Or maybe I'm just not into sister ones, maybe. I don't know. But I'm just saying that, hey, the rings help a lot, Without the rings, I don't know how I can enjoy the mother one, because I would look too old.
Stephen J. Neptune Man says, "Is my brain melted, or did he call his biological mother sexy?" Carney says, "Oh my god, I can't. Girl, how do you do this to yourself? I don't know. You've earned these bits. Thank you." He's just being so honest and, earnest about how much he wants to fuck his mom. It's so bad. This is one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen in my life, and he's just yeah, I'll stand here in front of my kind of fascist flag and talk about how much I like to watch incest porn with my immortality rings. Maybe. The next white girl says, "Bits for Hannah's mirthful suffering." Thank you.
I look in the mirror, I look like an old man, and then there are all these hot mothers. They look like they're only 30 or, it's 40, tops. These porn stars, when they reach 40, they look really, really old, A lot of these porn stars, when they're 40-year-old, they look really, really old, and they just have to get out of the industry. So you can imagine if I look old, right? I don't know how I can enjoy the mother video, because it becomes unrealistic, I guess for older man, if you're an old man without the rings, you just have to watch the daughter ones. Daughter ones. You just have to watch the daughter ones.
Ugh, fucking my stepdaughter. No, I want to fuck my stepmommy. What the fuck? Like a real man. What the fuck? Just watch normal porn.
Or the sister one also doesn't make sense. Can you imagine if you're an old man, if you're old, especially if you gain weight or lose your hair, how can you watch the sister one? The sister one, you gotta be a teenager. You have to pretend that you're a teenager, because your sister is a teenager, right?
It's pornography. It's a fantasy.
Still go to school, and you cannot be too much older than her. You cannot be like
he's taking these porn videos so literally, and also it's in whatever,
5 or 6 years older than her, right? You got to be 2 or 3 years older than her. So teenager one, the sister one, you gotta be a young man to watch that, So I don't see how, if you're an old man without my rings, I don't see how you can enjoy the sister one, And the mother one is almost fucking impossible, man. Especially these porn stars, 35-year-old, mother. Damn, how if you're an old man, how do you watch that shit, So I guess for old man, only the daughter ones are available, Yeah, I guess that's what I want to say for today. If you're an old man and you also like porn, you also like these incest porn, hey, you gotta buy my rings, man. Serious, man. You gotta.
That's an interesting advertising strategy. Do you like incest porn? Buy my immortality rings so you can continue to enjoy your incest porn maximally.
Gotta buy my rings, man. Okay, if you enjoy my video, please subscribe. Thank you.
This man is the funniest man in the history of the world. I just... Guys, do you see how many videos we have to watch of this guy in the future? If anyone reports this man's channel for any reason and gets it deleted, you'll have to answer to me, okay? I need this content, you guys. This guy's gonna buy me a car. Princess Amelia says, do you like incest porn? Okay, let's see who we're gonna raid. Everyone do me a favor and don't mention we just got done watching a video of a guy talking about how much he loves incest porn. I don't want whoever I raid to think I'm weird. Okay? Alright. Glad we're on the same page. But I am weird? Yeah, I said I don't want them to think I'm weird. I didn't say I'm not weird.
Which is tomorrow.
Who's doing just chatting right now? Hassan only has 33,000 viewers. Clearly my however many is gonna help him. I wish Hal Sparks would let me rate him. Oh my god, Boogie's on. Remember Boogie?
We're driving back from dropping my friend Corey off at the airport. Corey, as we all know, my recent hooker, big cock, just amazing for an Asian guy, especially for an Asian guy. Huge penis. I've been told Asian guys you're not supposed to have huge penises, but I mean, I am shitting sideways today after he entered my butthole. So, anyway, and I gave him $200 too, so it was worth it. Anyway, he
What?
Anyway, I was driving home and I was thinking, man, when I get home, I want to stop at McDonald's. I want to get a burger and I want to stop by McDonald's. And I was like, oh, I'm powerless to do
All right,
this.
Boogie is still a thing, I guess.
It was the first time. You corrected it. All right, aye. Thanks for pulling me up for something that I corrected. Aye, thank you.
I drove past a lot of people in the last week. Anyway, here's where we're at today. Today we are back to our normal Monday Minecraft service, which means we're going to do a short Lost Planer at the start of this stream.
All right.
And then we're going to
have a good night, everyone. Oh god, all that laughing. I'm so
see
phlegmy
if I
now.
remember how to do it after 2 or 3
I'll be back tomorrow
weeks
for
of just
Tinfoil
not having a
Tuesday. If you were here from the raid, thanks for sticking around. Give me a follow if you like what you saw. Tomorrow we'll be doing conspiracy theories.
Before we
so
go
come
further,
hang out for that. We'll do bingo and all that fun stuff.
My name is Mike. I am a lawyer.
So
and I'm not your
have a good
lawyer.
night.
Let's all say that together. Mike is not my lawyer. The reason I'm not your lawyer is because I haven't sat down with you. We haven't worked out an agreement. We haven't figured out why you need a lawyer, why